Please direct your attention down to the field. And welcome in the drum line from Del Norte High School as they lead in your 2025 Del Norte High School Nighthawks. Good evening and welcome to beautiful Nighthawk Stadium on the campus of Del Norte High School for tonight's opening game featuring the visiting team from the Loma High School Pointers at your Del Norte High School Nighthawks. Now, please welcome to the field the Point Loma High School Pointers, led by head coach Ryan Price and the rest of the Pointers coaching staff. Welcome in your 2025 Pregame High School Nighthawks. Led by head coach Nick Perez and the rest of the Nighthawks coaching staff.
Playing around, you can tell your girl to the five come. That's real. Stop teasing me. Stop teasing me. I could change your life so easily. I keep begging you to stay, but you leaving me. You got 6 in the county legally. Got the whole 6 side of believing me. You got men with a piece of the DVD. You got men with a press on the phone. You got a lot of them. You got water for you. got a pot that. You got a morning for you. won't shop for the girl. Damn, what is going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Fans, please direct your attention down the midfield for tonight's coin toss. Tonight's coin toss is brought to you by Joshua's Pest Control, Dr. Wes Spencer DDS and Associates, Marston Orthodontics, Bold Smiles Family Cosmetic Dentistry, the Borscht Group Real Estate with Darren Borscht, Handles Homemade Ice Cream at Del Mar, Flippin' Pizza, L&L Hawaiian Barbecue, True Norte Diversified, Dr. Roxana Ramazani, proud sponsor of the Del Norte football team with her office Del Sur Dentistry, serving the families of our 4S and Del Sur communities for nearly 20 years. And Laundry, keeping the Nighthawks clean. The Pointers have won the coin toss and have deferred to the Nighthawks, who will receive the ball here in the first half. Now, please direct your attention down to the 50-yard line as the Del Norte High School Color Guard will now present the colors of the United States of America. Now, to honor America and the men and women who have served before us, those who are serving now and those getting ready to serve, please remain standing and performing the national anthem. Please welcome the Del Norte Choir and Marching Band, who will now present the Star Spangled Banner.
go. Football season is back, and it is an exciting time here at Del Norte High School as the Nighthawks get ready for their season opener against Point Loma. Alongside the former Florida Gator, Drew Ferris, I'm Eli Kleinman. Drew, football season is back. The Nighthawks getting ready for their 2025 season. What are the feelings like as you get ready for week one?
Well, the energy is here in the air tonight. You got the sun setting here in Del Sur. Beautiful setting here at Nighthawk Stadium. The vibes are high. This team has been working hard all offseason. I was at practice last week. Coach Barnett has these boys ready to play. I know these guys have been itching to get back on the field since last season.
They lose some pieces from last year, especially on offense, but a revamped offense ready to go, and the defense is looking strong again. Truly,
yeah, they lost some offensive firepower. Anthony Taylor, Diesel Taylor, being some that Taylor connection that we saw last year, along with Alec Waters and some other seniors, Caden Barnett, right, on the defensive side, but and Brian Remigio running the ball. So it's a lot of big shoes to fill. I really like this offense and defensive line for the Nighthawks. I know Coach Barnett has stressed that this season about that will be a big part of their success this season, but skilled players, Maddox Romans and Cruz Barnett, some other players are going to be really stepping up here tonight.
Yeah, they said that this team will go as far as the trenches take them. It'll be interesting to watch what that looks like tonight. Point Loma to kick the ball off. Del Norte will receive as here we go.
For Nighthawks football. Taking off in the corners of number 14, Ryan Cleaner.
Ryan Cleater, that's maybe the best name for a kicker in sports.
That's right. I remember Cleater last season broadcasting that game at Point Loma. It was really fun to call his name.
Ready to blast it away. And here we go, 2025, the season is underway. Del Norte with the ball first. Jurgens takes it out from his own end zone. Looks for a crease across the 25 and is lassoed down near the 30.
Chase Jurgens looking really electric on that return. Great starting field position for the Nighthawks. And I talk about this all the time on special teams, is who is going to have the best starting field position between these two ball clubs, and the Nighthawks starting off great here tonight.
So here we go. They mark him down. They're actually backing it up to the 20.
Might have been a penalty on that.
So that gives us our first look at Caden Williams, the starting QB for Del Norte this year. 5 attempts a season ago, but 5 completions in limited action. Joined in the backfield by Maddox Romans. It's a swing pass, looking for Jurgens, taken down in the backfield, a loss of a couple.
Braden Bartucci all over that play, did not fool him once. The defensive end senior on the edge there making the play. This Pointer defense, I'll give them credit. Last season when they played in Point Loma, they had 7 tackles for loss in that game. Eli, these are really physical, well-coached defensive linemen and defensive front 7. The Nighthawks are going to have their hands full here tonight.
Bartucci was the face of that front 7 a year ago, led the team with 9 sacks. Point Loma brought back all 29 sacks they had from a season ago.
It'll be second down for the Nighthawks.
On 2nd and 13, another screen to Jurgens. Looks for a crease back across the 20. Picks up about 5, but it's 3rd and long for Del Norte.
I really like that play call. You know, you do fake to the field, go to the boundary screen pass to get the ball in Jurgens' hands. He's one of the most electric playmakers here on this team. You have to get him touches because one of these times here tonight, he's going to break one loose.
They've tried to make it easy on Caden Williams on this first series, but he has a 3rd and 8 from his own 22. Need to get to the 30. Williams back to pass, looks left and takes off. Can he do it himself? Looks for the 30-yard line and barrels over at the 31. It's a 9-yard pickup and a first down for Del Norte.
Really good decision by Caden Williams there. Just taking what the defense gave him, right? The Pointers dropped back in a soft shell. They weren't giving anything deep, and now their linebacker is really deep in the zone. Caden saw that, took off and ran early enough, made that decision to move the chains.
Nick Barnett said Caden can make plays. Made a big one on 3rd and 8. Gives Del Norte a new set of downs here on the opening drive of the season. Williams. This time it's a give. Straight up the gut for Romans. And he pushes the pile forward for about 1.5 yards out to the 32.
Yeah, and Maddox Romans playing somewhat of a different position than he did last year. You know, we saw him out in the receiver position, but he's going to have some big shoes to fill with Ryan Remigio gone. They're going to need that lightning playmaker running the ball here. And if they're going to have success this season, Eli, they're really going to have to run the ball here effectively tonight.
That's going to be a 1-2-3 punch of Gio Limon, Maddox Romans, and Caden Whitten this season. But it's Whitten who is out tonight as Romans gets another carry, and this time he loses 1 yard. And once again, Del Norte backed up 3rd and long.
Yeah, quick little flip stretch play out to the field side, and again the pointers all over it, not fooled once. And the Nighthawks like to stretch the field, right? We've seen them already go to both boundary and the sideline here in the field, try to get those quick hits, quick screens, but they're going to have to attack deep downfield if they're going to want to really open up the playbook and soften this defense.
Have to keep Point Loma honest in what is inevitably a passing situation on 3rd and 9. Need to get it to the 40. Williams over the middle, leaves it short. It's brought in by Detroit Taylor, but nowhere close to the first down marker. And the younger brother of last year's starting QB, Diesel Taylor, with the short reception, his first of the year, but it's 4th down, and Del Norte will have to punt.
Yeah, great decision making again by Caden Williams. Detroit Taylor running a drag route underneath, took a shot and actually stayed on his feet. Big bodied receiver, really a lot of potential for him. So we're going to see the punt team here for the Nighthawks. Looks like they're missing one.
As Noah Concepcion,
they're missing their personal protector, I believe.
Races onto the field. Grant Goldman back to punt, and 111 punting to another, as Ben Kamen is the man back to return for Point Loma. High snap, Goldman able to reel it in and blasts one in to the evening sky, and the fair catch made by Ben Kamen at the 37, and that's where Point Loma will get its first crack at it on offense.
Point Loma's offense really dynamic, led by number 9, Romeo Carter. Recently committed to Boise State this past summer. Big-time playmaker on both sides of the ball. Look for him to get a lot of touches tonight.
We can talk about him all day long. Had over 1,000 yards receiving last year. Nearly half of the receiving yards for Point Loma all season. And he is the big number 9 that is in the slot towards the bottom of your screen. Here comes Point Loma, its first snap on offense in 2025. And it's a play-action pass. Looking downfield, looking for Carter. He's got it in stride, wrestling his way inside the 10, down to the 5. Not much Cruz Barnett can do about that. And Carter, on the first offensive play of the season, makes an impact.
Well, we called his name before the drive even started, and they went to him early with that one, and great pitch and catch by the Pointers there. Romeo Carter running just straight down the field and using his speed and great catching ability to get them in the red zone.
6'3", 190 pounds, and has the height advantage on Cruz Barnett. Ryder Watson with his first completion of the year. He's in the backfield with Braden Lane. On 1st and goal, 5 yards out. Watson gives Lane up the middle, hit at the 1, and play whistled down right there, a yard out from the goal line.
Well, that was a great goal line stand by the Nighthawks. I couldn't quite see who stymied him, but he took a shot running that football and got stopped right on the goal line. Great hard-nosed defense by the Nighthawks, led by Gio Limon, 3rd-year varsity football player. Heart and soul of this defense. Let's see what he got here.
An all-league member a season ago. Another give. It's Lane up the gut. This time he's in. Touchdown Point Loma, and they break the scoring here early in the first quarter. 6-0 Pointers.
Well, the Pointers come out and they strike, and if you're a road team coming into a hostile environment like Nighthawk Stadium, you have to make a statement. And that first drive, only 3 plays and a touchdown. Got to credit the Pointers. They're being physical on the goal line and getting it crossed into the end zone.
Leader for the extra point. You were there last season at Point Loma, Drew. Point Loma scored just 7 points a season ago.
And a point after touchdown.
Just a few minutes in, already with 7 if Cleater can convert. And it is blocked by Del Norte. Jurgens scoops it up, and the play is whistled dead. With just 6-0 Point Loma after the blocked extra point.
Yeah, great effort there on special teams. And like you said, Eli, only 7 points last season against the Nighthawks. This coaching staff and this football team is going to make it a point of emphasis to get into the end zone. They had a lot of activity last year on offensively, Romeo Carter getting catches, but they just couldn't convert into the red zone and into the end zone. So I think that's a real big point of emphasis for this Pointers team here tonight.
Well, they went to Romeo Carter early, and he led them most of the way. A 63-yard scoring drive on 3 plays. The 1-yard touchdown run from Braden Lane. And Del Norte to get the football right back. Season openers, we get going here from Nighthawk Stadium. Both teams solid a year ago. Jurgens to return again, and again into the end zone for a touchback.
Nice kick there by Cleater.
Anytime special teams does well, it brings, you see the spark in your eye.
Yeah, I love to see specialists do well, but overall, but I do like to see the Nighthawks block extra points and field goals. So
hey, excellent special teams effort.
That's right.
And it wasn't the long snapper's fault.
No,
It was a great snap.
yeah, a little loose, a little wobbly, but it was fine.
And here comes Caden Williams once again. Everyone's shaking the rust off, including us. Nighthawks looking to spark the offense here on drive number 2. Romans once again in the backfield with Williams. From their own 20. Concepcion the motion man, and a flag flies.
Flag on the play.
And this one likely moving backwards.
False start on the Nighthawks.
It is, so
Be a 5-yard penalty.
1st and 15 from the 15.
Yeah, the Nighthawks had a lot of issues with penalties last year offensively, just shooting themselves in the foot, costing them a lot of opportunities. And I know Coach Barnett, he has these guys disciplined, he has these guys dialed in, so he's got to be frustrated seeing that. But, Caden Williams and company has got to, realize the score is 0-0 and get on with the game.
1st and 15. Williams gives Romans, hit immediately and down in the backfield. It was Bartucci again. A couple tackles for loss already.
Yeah, Bartucci just shot in there and made that tackle. And we talked about how the Nighthawks have some big shoes to fill running the football. And the running game isn't just one guy, right? It's not just your running back. It is the whole front, it's the whole offensive line, it's the whole scheme of the offense. And right now, they're not having a lot of success running the football, and I know that's got to be frustrating for the Nighthawks.
It doesn't help without Jaden Samuels, who's not dressed today. One of the senior offensive linemen for this Nighthawks team. Williams in the gun on 2nd and 16. Have to get it to the 30. Williams pressured, scrambles outright, looks to throw, heaves towards the sideline, and nobody is home. Incomplete, and it is 3rd and 16.
Well, it's going to be a really long night for the Nighthawks if the Pointers can get to the quarterback with 3 guys, right? And that allows them to drop 8 back in coverage, and there's just not a lot of room to throw the football. The plays aren't developing quick enough for the as the pass rush is getting to him, so that's where the fluster is coming from.
I mean, I'll ask you after this play, but it's not just that they bring back a lot of talent defensively, does Point Loma. It's the continuity of all these guys played together on this defensive line a year ago.
Right.
As Williams in the gun on 3rd and 16. And just a draw for Romans, looking to make something happen. Finds the hole, out across the 30. Rumbles past the 35 to the 36 on 3rd and 16. It's a 22-yard run and a first down for Del Norte.
I absolutely love that play call. You know, Point Loma, if they're going to drop back in that soft shell, drop 8 back in coverage, you know, do that draw play and run right at them. You know, you had those linemen up in front blocking, and Romans leading the way, making a huge play here to get a fresh set of downs.
Nice play as Williams went to chat with his coaching brain trust, has the play on 1st and 10 from the 37. Takes the snap. Around the corner comes Bartucci. Throw on the move. It's brought in. It's Detroit Taylor again. His second reception of the early evening.
Way to hang in the pocket, Caden Williams. Feeling the pressure there. Detroit Taylor with a nice grab. It's 2nd and short, 2nd and manageable here. This really opens up the play calls here. Looks like we're going to see quite a dynamic package coming into the game right now. But, you know, if you're the Nighthawks, just continue this momentum, right? You move the ball well these last couple plays. You're starting to find holes in this defense. You got to continue to put your pedal to the metal here.
Bartucci almost had a sack, but a really nice play from Williams to Taylor. 2nd and short. It's a handoff to Romans. Nifty play, and Romans moves the chains as he gets out across midfield to the Point Loma 49.
Really love that play call again. They did a trips to the left side. You had 3 wide receivers split out left, and they did a fake screen out to the left, which caused the flow of the defense to go to their own right, and then you put Maddox Romans underneath with the handoff, creating space. So a lot of misdirection, a lot of explosive players on the field for the Nighthawks, and they're having a lot of success here these last 3 plays.
Romans has been the guy in the backfield so far. Has taken every handoff through this first quarter. 1st and 10. Williams, quick screen. Has it to Juergens. Cuts his way upfield to the 42-yard line. That's a gain of 8 on first down.
And you saw a screen to the boundary again here for the Nighthawks, going away from the field side. You know, they had an option pass there. You know, whatever developed first, he could have thrown to, but the first option is to the boundary there, but because the field side was a little slower developing, meaning the receivers weren't open when he was ready to throw it. So, anyways, really good play call. And again, 2nd and manageable here for the Nighthawks.
Coaching staff has worked hard to get it into Juergens' hands. The team's leading returning wide receiver after a nice year in 2024. Fakes the pitch. Williams slings it out and incomplete. Ryland Battle couldn't hold on, but might have been for the best.
Yeah, he heard footsteps there. You had number 16, Mateo Correa, the outside linebacker, strong safety, coming down, making a play there on Battle. But, you know, Battle's getting a lot of playing time here as he steps into this new role here as a junior on varsity, getting more targets. They're going to need him to step up. Really talented, lengthy athlete. As he gets settled in here on varsity, look for him to make some really big plays.
It's a Del Norte team that brings back just 23% of its receiving production from a year ago. You mentioned Anthony Taylor, who was such a big part of that. So it's 3rd and 2 from the 42. Williams fakes the give, throws out right, and Juergens wasn't ready. Looked like an RPO, and Juergens was ready to block. So it's 4th and 2 and a decision for Del Norte here on the second drive.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there on that RPO play. But yeah, 4th and 2 here. You're on the plus side of the 50. You know, knowing Coach Barnett, knowing how aggressive he likes to be. You know, early in this ball game, you're down 6-0 in your own house. Looks like they're going to go for it here, Eli.
So So 4th and 2 from Point Loma territory. It's the tandem of Williams and Romans in the backfield. Romans the motion man. Williams takes the snap, slings it to Romans, has to make a cut and does, with room to work. Romans racing free and tripped up inside the 5. The swing pass to perfection.
What a phenomenal play call. Again, misdirection. You're 4th and short. You're thinking you're just going to run it up the middle, but you find one of your best playmakers out to the field side. And he makes a move on Romeo Carter that sprung him another 30, 40 yards there, getting them in the red zone. Awesome job by Maddox Romans, and great touch pass by Caden Williams. He didn't throw it too hard, threw it just with the right amount of touch to get that play going.
Sometimes you wonder if your running back will have good hands. Well, Maddox Romans has proved that over the last couple years. The wide receiver turned to running back.
Right, he's a wide receiver who's playing running back, not a running back playing wide receiver.
Able to make the catch. So 1st and goal from the 2. It's back to Romans, and he pays it off for the score. Del Norte on the board. The big play on 4th and 2, and then on 1st and goal, Romans gets it right back for the 2-yard touchdown.
Great job there by the Nighthawks. Just a little quick toss. They've run it before, and Maddox Romans does the rest. And a good job just not getting a holding call there by the Nighthawks, getting in the end zone and looking to take the lead.
Teo Orozco on for the extra point to put Del Norte in front. 2:49 to go in the opening quarter. Snap back, hold is down, the kick on its way, and Del Norte with the 7-6 lead.
Special teams right now, the difference in this ball game, right, 7-6, but as the sun sets here in Nighthawk Stadium, we have a ball game, Eli, and you know, just seeing this Nighthawk team rally, stay composed, even being down at home and not scoring first. Just great job by the coaching staff and the Nighthawks overall.
Look, you mentioned having a ball game. That wasn't something that happened a whole lot in non-league play last year. The Point Loma game was actually the closest game in non-league play for Del Norte. 20-7 was the final score. A couple sizable losses, and then a blowout win at home over Eastlake.
Yeah, they had a great season last year, playing some pretty stiff competition, and as they enter into the Avocado East League this year, you know, playing teams like Oceanside, El Camino, Poway, that maybe were out of conference games last year, now are conference games for them, and Rancho Bernardo, of course. It's going to be a really tough season for them, but I think they're ready for it.
And still have Carlsbad on the schedule for the season finale. Talked about a team in La Costa Canyon they played last year that ended the season ranked number 1 in the San Diego division. Orozco to boot it away and into the end zone. Doesn't give Braden Lane a chance.
Yes, Mateo, the kicker, really strong legs. I think he's getting recruited by a few places, I'm sure. But as the sun sets here, Eli, it is football season. We are back.
It is good to be back.
It is good to be back. I've been itching. You know, I've been doing fantasy mock drafts since May, Eli. May, I think I started doing mocks.
That's commitment.
It is commitment. So yeah,
Trying to avoid the fantasy punishment.
yeah, exactly. So I'm in a few leagues this year, of course. But anyways, back to the action. The Pointers take over.
Point Loma has it. 1st and 10 from the 20. Took them 3 plays on their last drive to get into the end zone. It's once again Ryder Watson in the backfield. On play action, they swing it out to the left. Breaking free is Metler with breakaway speed. There he goes! All the way for the touchdown. But a flag sits back at the Point Loma 27. And this one likely coming back, Drew.
Yes, I think it's a penalty. It could have been a offsides, wasn't lined up, maybe a infraction on the offense. It was called just quickly after the ball was hiked.
Wade Metler almost had himself an 80-yard touchdown.
Illegal formation, illegal shift, possibly.
Let's see, Drew. It's week 1, so we can give you a pass, but trying to go 1 for 1 in week 1.
I couldn't quite see from my angle. Yeah, holding.
You had the right team?
Yeah. That's what I thought it was, to be honest.
Oh, no, they just said illegal shift as well.
Okay, so yeah, it was illegal shift and a hold because I saw them throw the flag right when the ball snapped, and then I did see a hold out there.
Hey, we're giving it
well.
to you. That's 1 for 1.
Okay.
You're on the money.
No, but I did see a hold out there, some little jersey tug there, but there was an illegal shift prior. So that's got to be really frustrating for the Pointers. But Nighthawks, I won't say they got lucky there, but
they will take it.
They will take it.
So 1st and 15 from the 15. Watson backed up. Play action pass has been lethal for Point Loma so far. The big play to Carter. Touchdown called back to Mettler. But this time Watson is alone. 5 wide, he takes the snap, he slings it out left. It is brought in for about a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, so they're putting Romeo Carter in the slot, knowing that the defense will shift over there, and he just ran straight up the field to make space underneath, right? They're trying to gauge and see how they're going to play him, and you have to keep someone over the top, because as we saw last possession that they had, they ran Romeo Carter right down the field and into the red zone. So they're just going to maybe give him some of those underneath routes and play a little softer just to make sure they're staying over the top on Carter.
Went to the tight end, Leo Sod, on that last play. Carter at the top of your screen. This time all the way outside. Sod comes over to join him. On 2nd and 9, it's a give straight up the middle. It's Braden Lane. Gets it out to the 26-yard line.
Braden Lane is a two-way player, senior for the Pointers. And, they love to run the football, as many weapons as they have. Last year they had quite a bit of offensive weapons, although they struggled offensively to get consistency against the Nighthawks last year, only scoring 7 points. But, knowing this Pointers coaching staff, they love to run the ball, they love to be physical. And, of course, they have Romeo Carter on the outside, their explosive weapon. But look for them to be committed to this ground game as well.
Playing just one of 3 running backs who returned from a season ago, but at 148 yards on the ground. It's 3rd and 4. It's Watson back to pass. Looks to scramble. Throws through the hands of Sod. But did Carter make the catch?
It looks like he did. As he was falling out. Oh, he's out of bounds.
Oh, they say a juggle and out of bounds.
Wow. I think high school needs replay, I'll tell you, because I know I'm on the other side of the field here, but it looked like he caught that. But
regardless of it being an incomplete pass, that was an incredible grab from Romeo Carter.
Truly, and you saw the offense for the Pointers, right? They started in like a power formation, then they went empty, right? Empty meaning 5 wide receivers, no running back. And so they're changing up their formations here and seeing how the Nighthawk plays them. Nighthawks brought pressure, and Gio Limon put pressure on the quarterback, ultimately forcing a bad throw.
So came in to punt. It's Jurgens to return. He fields it at the 40, but cannot get free of the first man. It was Ace Selkow.
Ace Selkow with a huge open field tackle for the Pointers. And I'll tell you, if he didn't make that tackle, he had a lot of green and blue turf in front of him to make plays there. So the punt game in high school football is a crucial aspect of the game. And, when you have a low line drive punt like that, started out with a little bit of a low snap, causing a little bit of a low punt, right? That's where some big plays can happen. So great open field tackle by Selkow.
Special teams can spiral quickly, especially at the high school level.
It's true. Those of you who don't know, I used to be a long snapper in high school, college, and a little bit professionally, so I'm obsessed with long snappers and kickers and punters, of course. But anyways, these boys are doing a great job out here tonight, and Nighthawks have the ball back.
Now looking for the lead, or looking to add on to their lead, up 7-6 here in the opening quarter. It's Williams and Romans. On first down, low throw, looking for Goldman, and incomplete. Matched up with Ben Kamen.
Ben Kamen, nice play on the ball there, good read. He's a little undersized at corner, but really strong and athletic. Breaking on the ball there, forcing a 2nd and long.
Second down and 10 from the 42. Opening night of the season for Del Norte. It should be an exciting one. Mentioned they're changing leagues. Back to the Avocado League.
Really tough league in the Avocado League.
Yeah, playing some really tough teams. The league with El Camino, Oceanside, Poway, Rancho Bernardo made the move as well. Williams, the fake, hit as he throws and incomplete. It was Bartucci.
And it looked like they were trying to set up a screen, but the Pointers had that sniffed out pretty well.
And Bartucci put a hit on Caden Williams.
He's been all over the field tonight, early and often, and Bartucci, you got to get a hat on him and account for him because he's got a high motor, really gets after the quarterback. But give credit to the Pointers here on defense. I mean, they're near midfield. Their back's not completely against the wall, but, you know, the Nighthawks last drive proved to being able to move the ball effectively, so they're coming out here this drive trying to make a statement.
And trying to get it out of Caden Williams' hand quickly. What do they do here on 3rd and 10? From the 42. Shotgun pass. Williams gets it off in time, but overshoots Riley Faroki, his first target. And it is 4th and 10, and here comes Goldman after running a route, and he will punt.
That was just a touch high for Faroki, but really impressive throw, actually, because there's really only one spot you can put the ball where he can make a play, right? And he threw the ball where only his guy maybe could have gotten it, right? He didn't put the ball in harm's way. He's doing a great job of that here tonight. But great job by the Pointers forcing that 3rd and long and a tough throw.
That was good coverage. So once again, Goldman to punt, Ben Kamen to return. 32 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Then an exciting first quarter. Goldman with plenty of time. Booms a punt down the field. Fair catch called, and Kamen brings it in at the 27. So here comes Point Loma once again, led by Romeo Carter, heading to Boise State, as you mentioned, Drew.
Well, that was an electric first quarter as we're almost to a close here. But yes, Romeo Carter with a big offensive play a few drives ago. Look for him to continue to get targets. And the Nighthawks, they learned from those 2 drives ago to keep a guy over the top of him. You can't go one-on-one with him.
He's at the top of your screen. Mentioned heading to Boise State, the Smurf turf up in Idaho.
Yeah, the Smurf turf is right. Did some renovations on their stadium, and they're ready for the fall.
It's looking good. A playoff team from a year ago made the Fiesta Bowl and the quarterfinals. The handoff to Lane. Searches for a crease and brings it out to the 33.
Always falling forward is a sign of a good running back, and really tough yards there for the Pointers. But the Nighthawks just got to be physical at the point of attack, right? We talked about it over these last few years, to be honest, and they've done a decent job of that. They're doing a pretty good job here tonight. But it's going to be a long football game, and again, the Pointers are committed to the run here, Eli. They're going to run the rock.
Well, that ends quarter number 1. It's Del Norte 7, it's Point Loma 6. Missed extra point, blocked extra point is the difference. We'll be back right after this for the second quarter. 1 point Del Norte lead. Point Loma the football as we get ready for quarter number 2.
It'll be second down and 5 for the Pointers.
Two teams looking to start the season 1-0. Watson in the gun alongside Braden Lane. It is a give to Lane. Tries to run through a man and is lassoed down by Sebastian Galvan.
Sebastian Galvan, he's battled injuries throughout his career, but he's a really good football player, and they're going to really need him to contribute, not only tonight, but throughout the season, up in the trenches as they battle here against the Pointers. But it's third and short here. Let's see what the Nighthawks drum up. If they may bring pressure here, Eli, we'll see what the play call is.
Galvan joined at that defensive tackle spot by the freshman nose guard Yusuf Adnan Bonducci. Big fella trying to clog up the middle. Third and a yard for Point Loma. Watson changes the play, takes the snap, looks out right, and takes off. Searching for the first down, and picks it up by a couple yards. Takes a big hit out of bounds. Gio Limon was tracking after him, but just not in time.
Great effort by the quarterback there. But yeah, Gio Limon, really a sideline-to-sideline player. He looks really good tonight. He is starting in about his 25th, most likely 25th varsity game, something like that. He's been playing a lot of varsity football. It's his third year. He's the leader of this defense. Look for the Nighthawks to rally around Limon.
One of the seniors this season. First and 10 for Point Loma. Looking to reclaim the lead. Watson heaves it downfield. It's brought in again. Romeo Carter. Second big catch of the day. And into Del Norte territory go the Pointers.
Well, yeah, great job. This flag route, flag corner route by Romeo Carter, and they had a flow concept going to the right side. A great pitch and catch by the Pointers.
Watson empty set on first down. Looks downfield. Instead decides to take off and run for it. Breaks one tackle, but tripped up. Got past Harris, but Harris last gasp, able to put Watson on the turf.
Yeah, Noah Harris just missed that tackle. Really solid linebacker for the Nighthawks. Former punter, actually, as Noah Harris. So a really good athlete. He's grown a lot this season, but looks like the Pointers are making a lot of strides here offensively, getting into red zone territory almost. But the Nighthawks, they got a bend but don't break mentality, right, Eli? They got to really rally here. Who's going to step up and make a play, right? Gio's talking to these guys here right now. He's looking around and saying, hey, guys, who's going to step up? Who's going to stop these guys? Let's go.
Trying to use the limited field to your advantage on defense. That's what the Nighthawks will try and do. The ball inside their own 30. Mettler, the motion man. Watson rolls right. Slings it across the middle. It's brought in by Saad, the big tight end. Rumbles down inside the 15.
Well, they're just burning them on the blitz, right? I mean, you see the Nighthawks bringing pressure. They're rolling out to the field side, and they're just sneaking a tight end right behind the linebackers where they should be or where they were. So, it's just one of those things. Sometimes you live and die by the blitz, but if you don't get there in time or the play develops longer than you expect as a defense, it does leave some holes open on the back end. So the Pointers are taking advantage of that.
How tricky is it with Watson also on the move? We've seen him roll out several times.
Yeah.
Use his feet.
He's really shifty quarterback is Watson.
So first and 10 from the 12 into the red zone for the second time goes Point Loma. Watson gives Lane straight up the gut, fighting for extra yardage inside the 5, still on the move, and he powers his way in. Touchdown Point Loma.
Well, that was all heart by Braden Lane. I mean, he looked like he was stopped around the 7 or 6 yard line, but it took a flock of Nighthawks to try to bring him down. But great individual effort by Braden Lane getting in the end zone, and the Pointers take the lead. It looks like they're going to go for 2 to make up for that missed extra point.
You like this decision? It's still early, but
it's still early. Oh, it looks like they're going to actually kick this, but maybe a little confusion here. I'm not sure what they're going to do.
they don't seem to know.
They don't really know either.
Ryder Watson has been
it looks like they're going for 2 here.
chatting with his sideline.
I like the decision. You know, be aggressive. It's early in the ball game. You know, you're just matching the aggressive style of Coach Barnett.
So they go for 2. It's Watson and Lane. 3 wide receivers to the left. Carter, the motion man. On a 2-point conversion, a couple yards out. Watson to throw. In trouble. Tries to get the corner, and he does.
And a 2-point conversion.
And Point Loma gets the 2-point conversion to go up by 7.
Great individual effort by Watson there. They're just trying to hit a quick bang-bang play, and the Nighthawks were ready for it, but again, Watson with his legs extending the plays, getting outside, and when you have a really dynamic playmaker at quarterback who can run and throw, it's really hard to play defense against a guy like that. But the Nighthawks have to figure out a better way to contain this guy, get to him early, and not let those plays develop for the Pointers, right? We saw on a couple drives here for the Pointers, they've had some long pass plays to Romeo Carter, and if you want to stop that, you got to get there with only 4 guys, and they're blitzing and they're getting burned on the blitz in the intermediate game. So I think the Nighthawks will be okay. They just got to adjust on defense and get after the quarterback.
And Watson, not the biggest guy, just 5'11", 175, but that smaller frame often leads to a little bit more speed, and Watson's got some wheels.
He really does.
For the junior quarterback in his 2nd year as the primary starter. Shared time with the bigger 6'2", 180-pound Henry Hauser a season ago. So here comes the kickoff. Racing up to it. It's Goldman on the return. Ducks under a tackle out to the 22-yard line. And Del Norte has the football back down to score.
Well, plenty of time left in this first or second quarter, excuse me. But the Nighthawks, they've been able to do some things offensively that they like to do, right? A little intermediate game misdirection. You know, they got to figure out ways to attack with the ball downfield. They got Maddox Romans involved on the ground with some screen plays. A big 4th and 2 conversion last drive that led to a touchdown. So they have some momentum here on offense. Stick to the game plan and make some plays.
Haven't really seen Del Norte take the downfield shot.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Right.
We'll
They've been doing a lot of underneath and little intermediate, but they're going to throw the ball downfield if they really want to win this game.
Let's see if it comes on this drive. Williams again. The gun. Quick pass out to the left. It's brought in. Big hit is Ryland Battle on the reception. Picks up about a yard.
Yeah, they like getting him in space. Ryland Battle, a lot of potential, a lot of speed. All he needs is just a crease. But a great job by the Pointers just being ready for that quick game right there.
It's a Del Norte team with not a lot of seniors.
No, a really young club, actually. You know, they've had a lot of guys left last year and graduated. So, again, we talked about it pregame. Just a lot of these young guys stepping up into new roles. Maddox Romans playing running back, right? You have Caden Williams, first-year starter at quarterback, right? Detroit Taylor getting some playing time here at receiver. Ryland Battle, another young guy. So, a lot of young guys across this offense really got to step up here.
Haven't called his name, but Cruz Barnett, the sophomore, is out there.
In motion right now. Oh.
As Williams juggles the snap, able to get it back. Steps up, throws left, and does not hit Juergens. And that's probably intended and for the best for Del Norte, but it makes it 3rd and 8.
They survived that play, and he wasn't really ready for that snap. And in a situation like that, he did pick it up off the bounce, but you really shouldn't throw across your body away from you in that situation on a broken play. But anyways, lived it for another down, and it's 2nd and long. 3rd and long. Should be 3rd and long.
Should be 3rd and long. It does say 2nd and long on the sticks.
The chain gang needs to change.
It's week 1. It's week
1. Everyone's, yeah.
We're all getting ready. And a penalty.
Oh, penalty.
So let's see if the chain gang with the extra time can get it right. They're moving it back 10 yards. And that might be the reason the chain gang didn't change the chains. It looks like, well, take it back. It is 3rd and 18.
It's 3rd and a country mile, Eli.
Well, they've converted 3rd and 16. Williams rolls right, spins back left, heaves it downfield, almost intercepted. Chase Thomas had a beat on it, but it's incomplete and it's 4th down.
Yeah, they did a little flow to the right and a dynamic route concept, but Pointers had it pretty well covered. And again, they're getting to the quarterback with only 3 or 4 players, and when you can do that, it's really tough to find guys open and develop plays. And now it's 4th and country mile.
So Grant Goldman back to punt. Ben Kamen stands inside the Del Norte 40-yard line. Pointers could have good field position. Goldman, pressure comes, nice punt, fair catch called, and he blasts it out to the 42-yard line.
By number 11, Ben Kamen. A 31-yard punt.
31-yard punt. Point Loma with
For the Pointers.
just under 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Have the ball, they mark it at the 41-yard
Ball
line.
the Nighthawks, 41-yard line.
So a big opportunity for the Del Norte defense. Trying to get a stop. One stop already today.
Yeah, a lot of time left in this second quarter. I mean, the Nighthawks only took off like maybe a minute and a half on that last drive off the play clock. So Pointers have a really good opportunity on the plus side of the 50 to get back on the scoreboard and make this a 2-possession game.
It's Watson and Lane in the backfield. It's play action. Watson wants to sling it. He does downfield, this time over the head of Carter and incomplete. Del Norte had him well covered.
He did, and they're looking to take shots and really separate themselves in this football game. And yeah, the Nighthawks just keeping guys back, respecting Romeo Carter, respecting his talent. But, you know, we also have to talk about the pass rush because, I mean, when he's throwing these passes, he's untouched. I mean, he's got a nice pocket to throw in, and you know Coach Barnett loves to bring the pressure, bring the heat, get the disruption going. So defensively, they got to figure out a way to put some pressure on the quarterback.
A tricky balance. If you can't get to him with the pressure, do you try and bring more? Do you try and bring less? It's the question here in this first half. Fake to Metler, the handoff to Lane. Looks to turn the corner and bursts past the 40 down to about the 36, but it does bring up a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, a little trap play there and tackled by Gio Limon on the sideline. Way to pursue there, but yes, 3rd and manageable here after taking a shot on first down. And you know, when you're up 7 points and you have a player like Romeo, you can take a shot down the field on first down. And when you can run the ball really well on second down, it makes it 3rd and manageable. So they're really firing at all cylinders here on offense, and the Nighthawks got to play that bend but don't break defense and make a stop here on 3rd down.
Now looking for a big 3rd down stop. They might need 3rd and 4th down, depending on what point Loma gets here.
Andrew. Thank you.
Watson looks right, throws quickly. Past the defense is Romeo Carter. 3rd grab of the night. Moves it past the chains with some extra credit for a big gain and a first down.
And it was a multi-level route there. You had 2 on a pass concept. Great job by Romeo Carter tiptoeing out of bounds.
Point Loma going quickly. Empty set. Watson in trouble. This time flush to his left. Taking off again. Has room to run and scampers for a gain of 4.
Ryder Watson showing his wheels again, and the Pointers are being aggressive in the pass game, right? They're realizing, they're like, hey, we can protect our quarterback up front we're going to try to pick them apart defensively in the pass game, and they're doing a couple, like I said, multi-level route combinations with some flag routes, some hitch routes underneath, a little bit slow developing, but they have the time to throw the ball, and they're moving it effectively here. If they can't hit a guy open, they got Watson running free.
And a guy in Carter who is either a great target or a great decoy. Makes this difficult. He's at the bottom of your screen. As Watson takes the snap, back to throw again. This time he steps up and slides down just past the 12.
He had Ryan Patterson over the middle, open for a split second there, but played it safe and ran the ball. And again, it's 3rd and mid right now. Nighthawks inside the red zone. You know, Pointers might be treating this as 2-down territory, trying to make a statement on the road in a really tough place to play. Nighthawk Stadium is really tough, so give Pointers credit moving the ball on this drive.
Really nice student section here for week 1. You're right, though, it might be 4-down territory. Nearly halfway through the second quarter. It's 3rd and 5. They need to get it to the 12. Watson, pressure comes, steps up, down the middle for Carter. Can't get it with one hand, and it's 4th and 5.
And Watson just overthrew Carter. I mean, they had one-on-one coverage there. They brought the heat with the Nighthawks getting pressure in the A-gap, but Watson sliding to his left just couldn't quite hit his man in stride in Carter, but as rangy as Carter is, just a touch high.
And Cruz Barnett has been given the Romeo Carter assignment. Had nice coverage, as it looks like a field goal attempt upcoming for Point Loma.
4-point Loma.
And you'll see
they're
Ryan Cleater.
Trying to make this a 2-possession game. You do have a talented kicker here for the Pointers, so they did get a extra point block last time they were on the field, so.
So will be a 30.
Missing a guy, or they're overloaded on the right side.
34-yard
penalty.
attempt, and a penalty is thrown.
Flag on the play.
1, 2, 3.
And looks like they have one too many guys. Yep, and there you go.
Well, they should be backing up here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they had 5 guys on the right side.
Yeah, 5-yard
So
penalty.
the holder should be counting how many guys there are, right? And it should be snapper, holder, kicker. That's 3, plus 4 and 4 on each side. That's 8.
39-yard field goal.
You saw that immediately. So this went from a 35-yard field goal to a 34 to a 39-yard field goal for Cleater. Snap down, kick up, line drive, missed it to the left, but Cleater goes down, and Del Norte trying to block the field goal might have just given Point Loma a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, a little running into the kicker there, and that right side of the line just completely collapsed. And you got some big boys up front for the Nighthawks, and you know Point Loma, they're smaller up front on the offensive line. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be against the Nighthawks and going to give them an automatic first down.
They say
that's rough.
Roughing the kicker. And so an automatic first down. Del Norte nearly got off the field.
Unscathed.
And first down at 10 for the Pointers.
So the offense comes back on. Here is Ryder Watson and company. Feel like week 1 mistakes.
And you know, they're learning from this, right? I mean, last year they struggled with penalties. Tonight they've done an okay job with penalties, but
Watson throws across his body, almost intercepted.
nearly intercepted by number 12, Noah Harris. Just dropped the ball at the middle linebacker spot. I believe it was Noah Harris, right, Eli?
That's what I saw.
Or was it number 22?
By number 32, Tice Gingrich.
Tice Gringich.
It'll be second
It was
down,
number
10.
32.
32. I thought it was number 12.
Hey,
Excuse
those
me.
numbers are a little scrunched up tonight.
Yeah.
But
My bad on that. Tice Gringich was almost the interception. And as a defensive player, Eli, when you get the ball thrown your way, you're not really expecting the ball to hit you. And so it crept up on him and just couldn't quite make the grab.
So a third opportunity as Watson set to run it, takes it up the gut, and topples forward to the 5. It's third and 3.
3rd and 3. This might be 2 down territory. I mean, we called it before, right? But great job by the Nighthawks just toughening up on defense, right? The last touchdown they had, the running back, Braden Lane, just bullied them into the end zone. And I think Coach Barnett challenged them on the sideline to really toughen up.
Can they make a stand here on 3rd and 3? It's Lane in the backfield with Watson. We're back to pass, wide open, Romeo Carter for the touchdown.
Well, they brought pressure on that play, and it was a breakdown in communication because you usually don't leave a prospect like Romeo Carter wide open in the end zone. And this is first touchdown here tonight.
Had 5 touchdowns a year ago, gets 1 on opening night.
They're missing some guys in the field goal unit. They need a holder.
This has
and a wing. They're missing a wing as well.
This has been the unit of struggle for Point Loma.
And you know, I know it's early in the season, but it's really no excuses for this.
And here comes Joseph Gonzalez, who was called for the extra man on the field penalty before the last field goal attempt. And another blocked extra point.
And a point for touchdown by number 14, Ryan Cleater.
Second blocked extra point of the evening.
They might be going for 2 every time.
I was just about to say. It's 20-7 with 5.5 minutes to go in quarter number 2. And Drew, this feels like a really important drive for Del Norte. Try and get back within 1 score to end the half.
It really is. I mean, a lot of football left to play. There's 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. This second quarter has taken quite a bit of time, in real time. But there's a lot of play clock left. There's a lot of football left to be played, right? And I think if you're the Nighthawks, you just have to rally yourselves and realize that you've had some success offensively. You've toughened up on defense a bit. They've had to earn every touchdown they've had. So there's definitely reasons of optimism for the Nighthawks. And if you're the Pointers, you have to be really proud of yourself. You're coming in on the road and you're winning 20-7 when last year's total score was 20-7. So
a little deja vu.
A little deja vu. You got to feel good about yourselves if you're the Pointers.
They blasted away. This one returnable for Goldman. The punter looks to turn the corner with room to work. Goldman can fly, and then the turf monster gets him across midfield.
Great return on special teams. It looks like it's coming back. It might have been a little bit of a hold on the right-hand side of that return for the Nighthawks. I think this one's going to be coming back. Oh, sideline warning. Okay, never mind.
Just a warning, though.
Just a warning. Just a warning. I saw on the right-hand side, it was actually a really good block, and it wasn't so much of a grab, but I saw a hand on the shoulder, and he didn't tug on him, but it was a great move by Goldman to set up the return. And there's a saying in special teams returns, the ball makes all blocks right, okay? So when you're running a return on punt or kickoff, you need to set up your blockers, right? So it's like a stick or speed, stick, and stack, okay? So it's a term we use on special teams and kickoff to set up your returners, head up your blockers, because you know those returners are following the ball. A great job by the Nighthawks getting on the plus side of the 50. Let's see if they can do something here on offense, make this a one-possession game.
Never want to put your blockers in a bad spot where they feel like the only option is the hold.
Right.
But Goldman did an excellent job there. He's out there, out wide receiver, right where the turf monster got him. So from Point Loma territory, Keaton Williams with the football and a timeout called by Ryan Price in his second year with Point Loma.
invites you to visit AskUncleSam.ai to learn how to win contracts with the
Hired
federal
January
government.
2024.
Using their patent pending and well-trained AI.
For 6 seasons at University City. And the year as the defensive coordinator at La Jolla.
Enter Go Nighthawks to get 30 days of free access to the Uncle Sam.
Well, Eli, it's nighttime here at Nighthawk Stadium. We've seen quite a bit of fireworks already. We've seen Romeo Carter on display. We have seen Braden Lane get in the end zone. We've seen Ryder Watson do his thing on offense for the Point Loma Pointers. So for the Nighthawks, Caden Williams has been a little bit on display. A lot of the underneath game. Maddox Roman's had a few big explosive plays. You can just see some of these young guys, it's a little bit of a shock when their role steps up, but I think they're going to settle in this ball game and really move down the field here on this drive.
Big stage, big opportunity here on this drive. For Caden Williams and company. Back to pass. Slings it over the middle. This time it's intercepted by Chase Thomas. Trying to turn the corner. Bounces it to the outside. Still on his feet with a convoy. Thomas cuts it back and down at the 10. But a flag is down on the near side of the field at the 36-yard line. Now you can barely see it because Jake Kyle standing in the way, but there is the flag. See the call.
I think this all really starts defensively for the Pointers being able to get pressure with only 4 guys. I mean, when you don't have to blitz, you have this safety back there and Chase Thomas just playing rover, reading the quarterback's eyes. They try to do a little quick game, get Ryland battle the ball up the seam, but when you throw in traffic like that and you can take risks, playing rover back there, looks like this is going against the Pointers.
Now they have it as a block in the back. But they move the flag from the 36 to the 20. So instead of the ball being at the 46-yard line, it's only at the 30-yard line. Well, Point Loma in business. Both teams have had a couple opportunities for an interception, but Chase Thomas, who dropped one earlier, is able to reel in the second.
Nice play by Chase Thomas, and the Pointers are going to have another opportunity here on offense.
First down and 10 for the Pointers on the Nighthawks 30-yard line.
So first and 10 from the 30. Del Norte's defense has been solid. Can they stand tall? Mettler motions into the backfield along with Lane. And they give it to Mettler, trying to leap over a man and just picks up 2.
Well, Coach Barnett and these Nighthawks, they're still bringing pressure, right? I mean, they're still going to be aggressive on defense, but the Pointers are doing a really good job of recognizing that pressure, pre-snap, checking, recognizing where it's coming from, shifting the play to the away from pressure, right? So if you're running the ball, you want to run the ball away from pressure, right? When you're throwing the ball, you want to throw the ball into pressure, right? You replace the blitz with the ball when you're throwing it, and when you're running it, you want to run away from the pressure and hopefully get a matchup there on the edge.
They have done a nice job of that on the ground. Lane and now Mettler. A mass motion for Point Loma. They're looking the way of Carter. He's got it in space again. Back to the house goes Romeo Carter for a second receiving touchdown today.
And that was just a 5-yard hitch. And again, they blitzed, and he replaced the blitz with the ball. A great job recognizing it and getting the ball out quickly. And Romeo Carter does the rest for a second touchdown here tonight.
It is 26-7, and
a 28-yard pass play
looks like they're going for 2 after 2 blocked extra points. But it is Henry Hauser on the field.
Henry Hauser, we haven't called his name too much tonight. He might be getting a lot of playing time here. if this game continues to go the way it's going. But
He threw for 650 yards last year, but 6 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Had about a third of the snaps. But you're right, might see more of him. It's in the backfield with Lane on the 2-point conversion. Drops back, steps up, thinks about running for it, and dives his way in for the 2-point conversion.
By number 10, Henry Hauser.
nice play there for the Pointers. I mean, tried to get crossing routes underneath. They had Romeo Carter triple covered. And Hauser does the rest, makes a move, puts a foot in the ground, and dives in the end zone. So it's 28-0 here before the second quarter ends. And again, if you're the Nighthawks, Eli, I know you're down 3 scores, but there's so much football left to play. Coach Barnett knows that. This whole coaching staff knows that. And when you're a young football team like this, and you get down in a game at home in the first game of the season, you get challenged, you get tested, right? And so that leadership has to come from somewhere, right? And when I remember when I was at University of Florida, I got there in 2010, and the 2009 team went to the Sugar Bowl. We lost a lot of leadership on that team. 2010 team was so many of those guys that had gone, and we went 7-5 that year. And Urban Meyer had then left the program, right? But it just goes to show, leadership in a time like this is really crucial, and it has to come from the players.
Yeah, a ton of young guys. Short kick, Goldman there again to return. Looks for a crease. Out to the 29. Well, I mean, one of the best ways to describe how many less seniors there are this year than there were a season ago. When you walk into Nighthawk Stadium, they have big posters of all the seniors. Last year, they lined the back of the stands and the wall that covered the tennis courts. This year, you walk in, you see about 6-7 guys.
Right.
And that's the difference. A lot of guys returned from last year, but many of them were sophomores who are now juniors.
Right, so they're stepping into new roles, right? Detroit Taylor, Ryland Battle, some of these other young guys on offense. Last year for the Nighthawks, we were stacked at wide receiver. I mean, we had Anthony Taylor, we had Alec Waters, we had Maddox Romans as well. Braxton Jones departure, right? We had a lot of offensive firepower leave this program, so it's up to these young guys to step up and take over.
Williams back in the pocket after the interception, dumps it over the middle, and Cruz Barnett can't hold on. Once again, Caden Williams had Braden Bartucci bearing down.
And yeah, Mateo Carrera also on that tackle. And, it's just, like we talked about it before, these young guys, Cruz Barnett, sophomore, getting an increased role at the tight end position and receiver position. It's just getting comfortable in the offense, understanding the timing, and running as hard as you can and making catches.
And Chase Jurgens really is the only guy who returns from last year as Romans barrels his way up the middle across the 35 to the 37. The only senior who's a senior now who returns from last year who made a big impact at the wide receiver position.
Right.
I mean, you're seeing a guy like Grant Goldman play receiver, but he's a senior, but didn't really make a big impact at receiver.
Right. He played a lot of JV last year, but you're going to have to rely on these guys. And, Chase Jurgens, I mean, as good of a player he is, he's just got to get these young guys to step up and just realize the role that they need to take on. I mean, when you're forced into this situation, you either sink or you swim, and a lot of football left to play in this game and the season, so we'll see how it goes.
3rd and a couple as Romans wiggles his way out of a tackle and picks up a first down on the ground.
So they're playing a lot of soft coverage on defense, so it's allowing for Maddox Romans to get underneath, and he's a tough runner. He's a good player with the ball in his hands, and he stepped up playing running back this year after the departure of Ryan Remigio.
Yeah, Remigio had so much of the offense on his back in terms of the running game a season ago. So, new faces at that position. Williams throws off a hand and incomplete. Again, looking for Cruz Barnett.
Yeah, and you know, when you watch this offense, and again, this is not a knock on these receivers, but you can just tell that they're not getting in and out of their breaks as quickly, right? Caden is expecting them to turn a little bit sooner, right? To run that route just maybe a little faster or get out of that break just a little sooner, on top of the offensive line, you know, protecting. So we're just not firing on all cylinders yet, but I see the potential. I love the play calls. They just have to get reps, right? I mean, it's just about getting reps and getting the timing down of this offense.
This is the challenging part of having a lot of new pieces in week 1. Williams drops back, this time over the middle. Brought in, Barnett shakes off one tackle and can't dodge a second.
Great job recognizing the deep drops by the linebackers to safeties and finding Cruz Barnett underneath. I mean, if that ball was just a split second later, we would be maybe calling for, you know, an ambulance there because he would have gotten completed. But it was a good thing he got that ball to him when he did, and Cruz Barnett breaks the tackle and does the rest.
I mean, it is the difference between, you know, NFL football and every level below that. There is no preseason games. It's practice and then it's game time. Williams in trouble, and this time brought down. It's Braden Bartucci again, having his name called, and it makes it 4th and long. 4th and about 10.
I would expect them to go for it here, you know, at this point in the game. But yeah, I mean, Braden Bartucci making plays in the backfield, wreaking havoc, and it's a tough thing to do when you can't protect your quarterback when they're only rushing 3 or 4 guys, right? So, you know, you have to find a way to protect your quarterback. You got to find a way to get open, and when, like I said, when you can pressure with 3 or 4 guys and disrupt the offense, I mean, it limits your play calls, and that's what I'm really trying to say here is that play calling is just limited.
And we've seen it tonight. A lot of short passes, a lot of handoffs. It's 4th and 10. They need to get to the Point Loma 46-yard line. As Caden Barnett, or excuse me, make that Caden Williams changes the play and calls timeout. Wants to chat it over with his coaching staff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good decision to call timeout there. You're looking at 4th and 11, and you're in minus territory right now, and you're down 3 scores in here in the second quarter. So right now, the writing doesn't look good, but a lot of things can change very quickly. There's a lot of football left to play. I think they should punt the ball here. I think that's what they're going to do. And get out of this first half only down 3 scores and see what you can do in the second half. I mean, Legadou Nane, another longtime NFL veteran, really smart play caller, really smart offensive mind, right? Coach Barnett played in the NFL for 10 years. I mean, these guys know what they're doing in the coaching staff. So reconvene back in halftime, live to fight in the second half, and come back in this game.
And year 3 is Nick Barnett. You mentioned spent a decade in the NFL, won a Super Bowl in 2010 with the Packers. And there is Grant Goldman back to punt. Done a nice job so far tonight. Another really good one. It's muffed and scooped up in the nick of time by Chase Thomas.
Great job by special teams for the Nighthawks, putting pressure there. Great directional punt as well. And Goldman putting that ball on the numbers in the right direction. Could have been a big play for the Nighthawks, but looks like the Pointers recovered.
And Chase Thomas got on top of it. Ben Kamen had some words for the Nighthawks sideline. Maybe not the right timing.
Plenty of football left in this ball game. This defense has really, I don't say answered the call, but they've toughened up since that first initial drive when Braden Lane was kind of running the ball all over the place. But this defense came out to tackle. They're blitzing. They're making plays. Gio Limon sideline to sideline. Watch out for this defense to really step up and make some plays.
From the 16 with a minute to go in the first half, they have made things a lot more difficult on this Point Loma offense. It's Hauser in, back to pass, finds Lane, tries to make a cut, runs into the wall of Jake Heil, who quickly puts Lane onto the turf. And it is second and about 7. 45 seconds to go. We're seeing both quarterbacks in for Point Loma. Hauser, after Watson got most of the snaps. As Hauser in trouble, throws on the move, and a flag flies in.
Henry Hauser's incomplete. Penalty flag on the play.
Down, it looks like Wade Metler on the turf for Point Loma, and now a Nighthawk down as well.
Couldn't quite see what happened, but there's a flag on the play. And the Pointers they were doing a little hurry up here, but hope that these injuries aren't serious.
Can't tell who's down for Del Norte. I wonder if it was just a collision in space.
And another coach for the Nighthawks I didn't mention was Aaron Wallace, another former NFL linebacker and special teamer. I mean, really smart defensive mind.
Well, while both teams have their trainers on the field, we'll take a break and be right back on Nest TV. Well, it was Jake Heil who was down for Del Norte, Wade Metler for Point Loma, both able to walk off the field, but Heil being helped by one of the trainers. A little gingerly off the field. And a personal foul on Del Norte.
Penalty on the play on the Nighthawks, unsportsmanlike conduct.
So unsportsmanlike conduct, moves the ball down the field. Not entirely sure what the penalty was for, but
Could have been a late hit or some sort of gesture that was made. It couldn't quite tell from our angle here, but the Pointers, they're looking to score here. I mean, they're looking to really, make a point, right? Pointers make a point, but, they only scored 7 points all of last year against these Nighthawks, and they have 28 here in the first half, and I don't think they're done trying to score.
looking for more with about 30 seconds to go. Looks like that's Nick Barnett out there chatting with our officials. Probably trying to get an explanation for the personal foul. So here we go. Hauser leads the offense. 29.5 seconds left in the first half. That's the swing past the lane. Trying to make a move in open space. Gets around one. Defender, but not two. Drew Schramm makes the tackle, and with 20 seconds to go.
I believe a timeout was called, but yeah, they just try to do a screen to the field here, and nice touch pass by Hauser, and looks like they're trying to get Hauser some reps. I mean, I don't know if Ryder Watson is hurt or not, but it looks like they're trying to get him some PT here, some playing time. But this is a very crucial drive here at the end of half. I mean, they talk about in football all the time, Eli, how do you end the half and how do you end the game, right? And how do you end each quarter? And it's really crucial when it rolls over into possessions, it rolls over into points, field position, and all that. So this is a very crucial point of the game. And I've seen a lot of comebacks here in Nighthawk Stadium over the years, so this game is far from over.
And Del Norte trying to get momentum back on their side. Hauser in the gun with Lane. Hauser did play along with Watson in the season opener a year ago. Carter the motion man. Hauser back to pass. He's looking that way. He rolls out right. He takes off. Looking for the sideline, has a first down and out of bounds. Crossed midfield, but took off about 12 seconds, about half of the clock. And he didn't pick up what he needed to really give Point Loma a great shot at the end zone.
Right, he couldn't find any open receivers down the field, and they only really sent 3 receivers deep, and the Nighthawks had that really well covered. And yeah, in that situation, you burned about 12 seconds off, but really critical for an offense in this situation. We call this 2-minute drill. You cannot turn the ball over. I mean, you can never really turn the ball over at any point of the game, but you cannot turn the ball over at this point of the game in field position like this.
Yeah, certainly is exactly what Point Loma wants to avoid. 12 seconds to go. They have it in Del Norte territory, but just at the 49. Hauser back to pass. He throws it right into traffic. The catch is made by Ryan Patterson. Brings it in at the 42 with 5 seconds to go. A timeout called by Point Loma. And I mean, it now becomes, do you throw a Hail Mary or do you just kneel out the clock?
Seeing how aggressive the Pointers are, I think they're going to go for a Hail Mary here. And when you have a guy like Romeo Carter, he's big, tall, fast, and strong, and he's already won a few times at the catch point. Wouldn't be surprised to see him get in some action. But
he's 6'3".
Yeah, going up 3 scores here on the road, week 1 is also not a bad play as well.
Wade Metler, who returned after getting helped off the field, is 6'2". And Ryan Patterson and Leo Sod, two of the tight ends, are 6'2" and 6'3" apiece. So they will go for one more play. Hauser to throw. With 5 seconds left, and instead he just takes off, slides down at the 35, and that's how half number 1 comes to an end. After Del Norte led early, Point Loma has answered with 22 straight. They lead 28-7 at the break. We'll be back for second half action right after the break here on Nest TV.
Where it began, I can't begin to know. But when I know it's moving slow, was in the spring, and spring became summer. Who would believe you'd come along?
Please welcome to the field your Del Norte Nighthawks cheer squad. Norte Nighthawks Dance Squad. Fans, please welcome to the field your Del Norte Nighthawk Marching Band. Tonight, the marching band will perform the first song to its 2025 show titled Ripple, under the direction of drum major Sean Reed, Dave Wu, and Christine Park. Please welcome the Del Norte Nighthawk Marching Band.
Travis, are you here because of all the money? Are they all here? Oh, it's up. Yeah. We can bring them. Gotta go.
And another round of applause for your Del Norte Nighthawk Marching Band. Fans, welcome back to the field. Your Del Norte High School Nighthawks.
Welcome back to Nighthawk Stadium here in Del Norte. Alongside Drew Ferris, I'm Eli Kleinman. And Drew, 28-7 is the Point Loma lead. Del Norte looking to bounce back in half number 2. What's the key to success trying to get back in this ballgame?
Well, if you're the Nighthawks, you really need to start on the defensive side of the football. I mean, you're getting burned against their offense. You're getting beat on the blitz. You've got to slow down Romeo Carter. He's gotten in the end zone twice tonight. So just stymieing that offense and figuring out a way to stop that mix of their run and pass. And offensively for the Nighthawks, you really have to get more going on offense in terms of the passing game, right? I mean, you try to get the play calling going in the intermediate, but you got to take some shots downfield, get this offense in rhythm, in sync, that like we've seen over the last few years. And I think we're going to see that here in the second half. I'm staying optimistic, but that's what it's going to take for the Nighthawks to get back in this game.
That'll be interesting to see what they can do. It'll be Point Loma with the football to begin. Half number 2 of the season opener. The only home game until late September for Del Norte. Mateo Orozco to boot it away. Del Norte has 3 straight road games and a bye mixed in there before they host Chula Vista. And then that leads to a home game on October 3rd, the first league game against Rancho Bernardo. Looking for a comeback in half number 2. Orozco gets the second half started with a booming kick out of the back of the end zone.
Big time kick by Mateo Orozco.
That leg is a rocket.
It's jumpy. I mean, if you're a college scout watching this football game right now and you see that kickoff, I mean, that's basically a few yards deep in the end zone from the 40. That's a big time kick right there.
I mean, if you can get a touchback in college consistently, that's all they're looking for. But Del Norte will take the touchback, and now the defense on the field. And here comes Point Loma from the 20. It's Henry Hauser who finished the second quarter at quarterback and gets the start in quarter number 3. Lane joins them in the pistol look. It's a give to Lane. Wrestled down immediately in the backfield. Gio Limon able to get in there and pick up the tackle for loss.
And that's why they bring the blitz, right? It's for plays like that, because when you succeed with it and you get back there and a player like Gio Limon is a tone setter on this defense, all it takes is just a few plays to get things turned around, and that's why you do the blitz. And great job by Gio getting back there and making the play.
A heck of a play on first down, trying to set the tone here in quarter number 3. It's 2nd and 15. Hauser trying to get Del Norte to jump.
I mean, they're about 15 yards off from Romeo Carter in the slot.
Hauser throws it to the tight end. It's Ryan Patterson who picks up the yards lost and 6 more than that.
Yeah, excuse me, Ryan Patterson. That's who I was talking about. They were playing so far off of him. Good recognition by the pointers.
So he grabs about 11 yards and it brings up 3rd and 5.
And when you're playing 15 yards off from a receiver, your receiver and the quarterback need to be looking at each other pre-snap, recognizing that, and choosing the right route. And they did that right there.
Yeah, nice pitch and catch from Hauser to Patterson. It's 3rd and 5 for Point Loma to begin the 3rd quarter. Hauser in trouble, has Patterson wide open again, out across the 35. Chisels his way to the 39, and it moves the chains for Point Loma.
Well, they got burned on the blitz there. You see Tane Brogdon blitz off the edge and didn't get there. And when you lose a guy in coverage, you replace the blitz with the ball, and they just did that and got the first down.
Seen that a couple times tonight for Point Loma.
Again, at 14 yards on the pass play. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Pointers. Ball on their own 39-yard line.
First and 10 from the 39. A couple minutes into this 3rd quarter. 22 unanswered for Point Loma. And it's Lane who breaks away across the 45 to the 46.
It's a good play there for the Pointers. 2nd and manageable, and they're kind of picking up where they left off in the 2nd half. But again, they're going to commit to this run game, or the 1st half, excuse me. They're going to commit to the run game, and they're going to try to take as much time off the clock as they can. So the Nighthawks, I think Coach Barnett realized that. He's clapping to his guys right now. He said, hey, let's get going, man. We maybe given up a few plays here and there on the ground, but you got to get some stops and get this ball back.
2nd and 3. Hauser to keep it himself. Gets the corner. A 1st down and more to the Del Norte 45. A 1st down run for the speedy Henry Hauser.
Yeah, they're just getting around the edge there, and it's just really tough to stop when you lose contain and maybe you get burned on the blitz a little bit. But Henry Hauser taking over at quarterback, he's doing a great job taking advantage of the defense where the holes are and getting around the edge for the 1st down.
Well, sometimes they say if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. Point Loma seems to just have 2 quarterbacks that are both capable of playing at a high level. Both did so last year, and they're both playing in the season opener.
And Henry Hauser, he's not a step down from Ryder Watson.
Leading the team into Del Norte territory to begin the 3rd quarter. With Lane on his backside and a delay of game.
Delay of game on the Pointers. So it
backs them up 5 yards and back to midfield they go.
Theo Anderson just entered the ball game. I had the privilege of coaching him last year. He's about 6'5", 300 pounds. He's worked hard this offseason as well in the gym training. Hopefully he can make a stop here in the middle of that defense.
One of several big bodies that Del Norte is using up front at that nose guard spot. It's Hauser on play action, steps up, rifles one downfield, looks for Carter, who's got another inside the 25 to the 22, and then a flag flies. And Del Norte and Point Loma still getting into it.
On the field.
Yeah, emotions are getting high here, and just some extracurricular activity that was unnecessary. And you see the Nighthawks getting frustrated, and just got to keep your composure. And again, this is when we talk about leadership, right? I mean, we lost a lot of seniors last year, and the year before that as well. Actually, we had 35 seniors in the 2023 class. So, you know, when you lose leadership and you got young guys stepping up, there's a lot of talent on this football team. Don't let the score fool you. You do have a lot of young talent. but they just have to learn to keep their composure, learn how to play within themselves, and compete at the varsity level. I mean, I know Coach Barnett, I know how he preaches toughness and discipline and work ethic. And these guys here are getting a lesson in that tonight. So it just looks like offsetting penalties.
Couldn't tell who was on for Del Norte, but it was on Wade Metler.
I think it was on Maddox Romans as well, number 5.
18-yard line.
Got a little chippy there at first.
Romans and Metler got into it. And offsetting penalties, but it's 1st and 10 from the 17 for Point Loma early in this third quarter. Hauser on the deep strike to Carter. Hauser looks for Lane, behind him, and intercepted! Gio Limon on the bobble and the pick, and Del Norte has it back.
Well, that was a spark of life that the Nighthawks needed. You had Noah Harris blitzing, really strong athlete coming off the edge, and Gio Limon is fired up after that tip pass for the interception. It started with Noah Harris getting pressure in Hauser's face. He threw it just a little bit behind the running back and a little bit early, and the running back just wasn't quite ready. He took his left hand out there, tipped the ball, and Gio in pursuit was in the right place at the right time. Great job by the Nighthawks collectively getting that turnover, and we're back in business, baby.
One of the few seniors on this team, one of the veterans, almost certainly made more starts than anybody else on this current Nighthawks team.
Gio Limon is the most veteran varsity football player for the Nighthawks on the entire roster.
And helps them get the football back, trying to cut into the deficit. Caden Williams in at quarterback. He gives to Maddox Romans, who tries to find room up the gut.
Ball handed off to Maddox Romans.
But Leo saw it there to bring him down after just a gain of 1.
And you know, and I've spoke about this before, Eli, but the offenses that the Nighthawks have had in the past have always been really good on the ground. You know, as much as we saw Jack Schneider a few years ago, Diesel Taylor, as much as they've been great in the air, they've also been very good running the football and being electric on the ground. And we've seen spurts of it tonight, but we haven't quite seen it to the capacity like we've seen it in the past.
And this is just a team that does not bring a lot of experience back in the running back room from a year ago. As another give to Romans, who falls forward for another yard. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I mean, this Del Norte team brings back just 1% of their rushing production from a year ago. They bring back 3 total carries in Battle, Limon, and Jurgens. And Battle and Jurgens were each wide receivers.
Right, so they're figuring out who fits in the offense. Their offensive line is, young and talented, but again, they're just also getting beat up a little bit. And you got to give credit to the Pointers for having a really strong defensive line. But the Nighthawks, they just got to get a little tougher up front. They've got a lot of talent, but they just got to settle in and get going here.
Now they have 3rd and 7 from their own 21. Blitz comes, it's a screen, and through the hands of Romans, incomplete. Point Loma read that pass
like a book, Eli, and they've tried to run it here tonight a few times. They've had some success, but the Pointers really aggressive on defense, forcing this 4th down and for the Nighthawks to punt.
Book's accurate. They were almost finished with the book by the time that snap happened. So Goldman to punt, came in to return. And after the interception, Del Norte to give it back. Albeit
Let's go, Padres.
missing a guy is
The long snapper for the Nighthawks is number 9, Tane Brogdon.
Tane Brogdon to snap. Goldman to punt. It's a good one. And another muff. Del Norte trying to get on top of it, but it is Ben Kamen able to leap on it for Point Loma. Second muff, second time that Point Loma's been able to recover. And they have it just on their side of midfield.
Another muff punt by the Pointers and missed opportunity, possibly for the Nighthawks. And Pointers take over with some pretty decent field position, and again, there's going to be some growing pains with this Nighthawk football team. You know, they're a young group, a few seniors that like Gio Limon and Noah Harris as well in the linebacker position, but overall, it's just a young football team, and they're just growing, and
First down and 10 for Point Loma.
and they're getting better each day in practice, and each game this season they will.
Back into the game is Watson, who slings it towards the sideline, incomplete.
Pass intended.
Caden Tomlinson with the breakup for the Nighthawks. Great defense there
Number
by the
3,
Nighthawks.
Ryan Patterson is batted
So
down.
we've seen Ryder Watson
Number
get the
3,
start.
Caden Tomlinson.
Henry Hauser relieved him for a couple drives, and then back into the game comes Watson.
It'll be second down and 10 for the Pointers. Ball on their own 41-yard line.
And just watched Romeo Carter leave the field a little hobbled, far sideline. Looks like he's all right though. As the handoff to Lane, chopped down by Judas.
A great tackle by Aaron Judas. I mean, that's the way to get off a block, right? I mean, you got to strike with good pad level, power foot in the ground, eyes up. We call it hands on blocks, eyes on the ball, and your feet gaining ground towards the ball carrier. It's a great job by Judas there making the play. We have a pointer down.
Playing Loma player down.
I think we have a cramped Nighthawk as well. On the sideline, you can see near the 40-yard line for the Nighthawks.
Yeah, everyone feeling it a little bit. It was a warm day today here in San Diego.
It was a warm day today. I was all around, running around San Diego today, down in Linda Vista area. I was up in Torrey Highlands as well, and just east of Carmel Valley. Yeah, it was pretty toasty today.
Can't have football season without a season-opening heat wave.
It's true.
Hopefully, the pointer that's down is all right.
Yeah, it looks like it's a calf cramp. Gio Limon just had one as well. He's stretching out. And, you know, back in my high school days, I had a calf cramp. We played at Julian, and I was not ready for that altitude, let me tell you.
Oh, altitude.
I'd never had a calf cramp in my life until that day. And they're telling us, drink water, right? So.
Thought you were invincible.
Yeah, I did. But.
Looks like it's Braden Lane. It's the starting running back.
He's been having a great game tonight. Really a tough runner. Runs really hard.
On the last play, the ball handed off to number 6, Braden
Great
Lane.
player for the Pointers. Great senior running back.
Only running back we've seen in the game so far for Point Loma. So let's see who comes in to replace him.
It's third down.
That would be Levi
5
Evering,
yards to go for the Pointers.
junior running back. Stands on the right side of Ryder Watson. On third down and 5. Watson to throw, over the middle, juggled, and intercepted again!
Pass is intercepted.
Back-to-back picks for Del Norte. This time they're set up near midfield.
And Tane Brogdon, also the long snapper with the interception, capitalizing on the pick or the tipped pass
By number 9,
leading to a
Tane
pick.
Brogdon.
Great job by Tane. Really good athlete for the Nighthawks. Great turnover.
Could anything more warm your heart than a long snapper getting an interception?
Yeah, well, you know, I guess he's a defensive end outside linebacker who also long snaps. He's also a long snapper who plays outside linebacker, so it does warm my heart to see him make plays. Really good kid, and love to see the Nighthawks back on offense.
Well, a chance again to cut into the lead. 3 and out on their first possession of the second half. And Caden Williams set to lead the offense. 50 yards to work with. He rolls right, he hands it off. Romans tries to make a cut, but is tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. It was Correa in on the tackle.
Yeah,
and a gain of 1.
Little misdirection. They try to get everyone going right. Little handoff underneath going to backside. The Pointers do the same play as well. It's very common in high school football, but great job by the defense sniffing that out.
It'll be second down and 9.
I think that's Sebastian Galvan,
Yeah.
either cramping or injured.
Now the training staff will come take a look at him, and we will take a break. 28-7, Point Loma on top.
Don, look at this. How's she doing? She doing good? She's good, man. Rushing now? Yeah, she's rushing next week. Yeah, I'm excited for her to get a couple weeks in her. Yeah, she's out. I know research. That's it. Yeah, you have to go buy stuff for Aiden's college. He's got all 8 in there, right? Yeah, sure. That's a great play. Oh, yeah, she's saying that.
So Sebastian Galvan being helped off the field, not putting a lot of pressure
I think it's the same
on, looks like his right leg. Heading for the training table.
Second down and 9 for your Nighthawks.
Del Norte, a little thin on the offensive line. Second and 9 upcoming. Quick pass, and into the slot. Battle can't hang on.
Battle is incomplete.
Incomplete there. And you're in 4-down territory at this point in the game, halfway through the third quarter, and so on this play, Eli, you don't need a first down. You need 4th and manageable. So you just take what the defense gives you. It's 2-down territory or 4-down territory, but in this situation, it's 2 downs.
Is anyone in college or in high school right now?
Try and get about 4 or 5 here.
At least. You just try to make it 4th and manageable at the very least. If you can't get a first.
Caden Williams, Romans to his right. Battle the motion man. It's a screen. It's brought in. And a big hit on Riley Faroki. Gets into the 45. But that does make it 4th and 5, and the offense isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, that's actually not the worst case scenario that just happened. You got 4th and manageable here. Again, it was 2-down territory. Hopefully, you try to hit a big play on that last one to try to get this, screen game opened up. But you're in a situation that's manageable now.
Big 4th down, 4th and 5. Under 5 minutes to go in the third. And looks like Hudson Calais was a bit out of sorts at center.
Yeah, so that's actually a false start on the center by not snapping the ball. So a lot of people think false start is when somebody moves before the ball snapped, but if everybody's moving and the ball hasn't been snapped, then it's a false start on the center for not snapping the ball.
Love when a referee says everybody but the center.
Yeah, right. But it's really like you can have a false start. It is a false start because you didn't start when everyone else did.
When you were supposed to.
Right.
So that does back it back all
and
the way
everybody else moved
up to midfield. And now it's 4th and 10. Need to get it to the 40, and Del Norte calls timeout. Did you ever have a false start?
The timeout call.
It's a little more rare for a long
Yeah, I
snap.
don't think I ever had a fall. Actually, so there was one time we were playing Bowling Green at home. First game of the season. The Shield, who was supposed to call the set call, he was really far from me. The Shield that was supposed to call it was supposed to be the closest Shield to me. It was a rugby punt, so we were shifted to the right. Anyways, I didn't hear the set call because the guy who was calling the cadence was so far from me. So my coach always told me, he said, if you don't hear a set call, do not snap the ball. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to snap the ball. And so I didn't hear a set call, and so I didn't snap the ball. We got a 5-yard penalty. And my special teams coach realized it wasn't my fault because he saw that the guy who was actually calling the cadence was not the appropriate guy. It should have been the guy closest to me so I could be in earshot. Anyways, if that would make sense. So yes, I essentially got a false start or delay a game. It was a delay a game. Oh my God! So I didn't even get a false start.
Not a false start.
It's preseason for me, or it's week 1 for me too. Eli.
It's early. We're
early.
getting into the action. 4th and 10. Need to get it to the 40. It's a give. Spinning away from one tackle is Goldman, but he can't avoid the second charge. And Point Loma gets the football back on the 4-yard loss, and they are set up in Del Norte territory.
Yeah, it was looking like a fly sweep to Goldman. He was looking like he was possibly going to throw the ball down the field, but the Pointers were not confused on that, and they fled to the ball and made the tackle. So tried to do a little trickery, but just couldn't quite get the ball down the field.
And a pointer down. It looks like more cramps for Point Loma. And see if he's able to pop back on his feet soon. 28-7, played 7.5 minutes in this third quarter without a point. So Norte took the lead 7-6. Point Loma has scored 22 straight.
Yeah, it looks like we have a Nighthawk hobbling off the field right now. Is number 13, Aaron Judas.
He's grabbing at his right calf.
Something in the air tonight with these calves.
Everyone having some issues. He hops. Tried to hop on the training table. Just goes down.
Also in on that last
Getting
tackle,
stretched
number
out.
34, Kobe Kelly.
Kobe Kelly, who made that last tackle, is the one limping off the field for Point Loma.
Nighthawks on a first down and 10 for the Pointers.
So Point Loma, the football back. It's Watson and Evering, along with Carter. Here comes the motion we've seen all night for Point Loma. 1st and 10 from the 46. Watson gives Evering the carry. Surges into the pile for a gain of 2.
Yeah, you know, the Pointers are going to try to slow this game down and run the football. And it looks like we got another pointer down on the field. Gio Limon on the tackle.
That is just not a good sign.
And again, we've talked a lot about Gio Limon, and you know, last year I had the privilege of coaching the freshman team here at Del Norte, and our head coach Johnny Segovia, who was Gio Limon's coach as a freshman, and so I got to talk a lot about Gio with Coach Segovia, and he was telling me that Gio was from the very beginning the heart and soul of that team, and he grew with that freshman class, right? I mean, he was able to, you know, go from the freshman to well, actually he played varsity, but he was able to kind of rise through the ranks of the Nighthawk program, and now he's being a senior, having all the experience that he has. He's going to be a really key part in bringing this team along this season. I mean, there's so much football left to play. It's the first game of the season. And some of these guys that are taking on newer roles on the defensive side of the ball, right? they're really going to have to follow Gio's lead, follow his energy. He's a sideline-to-sideline football player, and they're just going to have to rally with Gio. But he's made a lot of plays tonight. I think if you're a college coach and you're watching this game, I mean, I really think you should have your, highlighter out on the roster with number 10, underneath that highlighter.
Already has an interception tonight, was an all-league selection a year ago with 105 tackles.
He brings the energy, he brings the boom, right? I mean, he just, when guys are, feeling like just another day going through the motions and it's monotonous, it's like Gio's the guy that's going to, get a scream in, and he's going to get guys going. He's going to bring the energy. And so he's been doing that since he was a freshman and continuing throughout his varsity career. And the other Nighthawks are going to have to match that energy.
Now the injured player for Point Loma is the guard Daniel Hernandez. The injuries, unfortunately, continue to stack up.
Yeah, and the last thing you want is to obviously get guys injured. I mean, it is such a long season, and you hate to see guys get injured in football because this window of football is so small for most of these players.
We second down and 8 for the Pointers.
So 2nd and 8 from the 44 as we're back underway. It's Watson who keeps it himself, looks for a crease, down the sideline, and a foot race out of bounds
Ball carrier number 4,
Ryder Watson.
They set up a trips to the right-hand side, and they just had a lead blocker on the left-hand side with Leo Sod leading the way with Ryder Watson showing off his wheels. And again, a little bit of, not trickery, but a little bit of misdirection, and that's all it takes is when you have that misdirection and you're not disciplined on the defensive side of the ball, once you're out of position, it just takes a block here and a block there to get it going.
Oh, Watson with the emphatic point for the first down for the Pointers QB. Has the snap, throws it left. It's brought in and then dropped by Romeo Carter.
They're going to call it a catch with a fumble out of bounds.
Romeo Carter.
You're right.
And last year Romeo Carter, he played a lot of defense as well, and he was, advertised as a two-way player. I haven't seen, maybe I'm not recognizing this, but I haven't seen him so much on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it feels like it's been less. Seen him a couple of snaps, but
yeah, I think he's going to commit to playing receiver. But I was talking to Eli at halftime. He kind of reminds me of Drake London. Obviously he has the height and athleticism, but just the way he gets in and out of breaks and the way he moves, he's got that Drake London vibe.
Yeah, it's a good comparison. Another Southern California wide receiver product. Played his college ball at USC. Throwing, it's intended for Carter, but it skips at his feet.
Pass is incomplete.
And it's 3rd down and 5 from the 8.
And Noah Harris with the pressure there and disrupting that pass, I think tipping that ball. And, those are the type of plays that you want to make on defense, to not let this offense settle in and feel like they can give them the confidence to do whatever they want, right? You got to disrupt that rhythm and timing of their offense and be physical at the point of attack. And again, looks like they're missing they're just calling for the play on the sideline.
They get to the line. It's a pitch outside. It's Lane who scoots for the first down to the 2.
Braden Lane, tough runner, cutting back against the grain, against the defense there. But, if you're the Nighthawks, you got to just rally to the football. I mean, they've beaten them on the right side a lot tonight. I mean, the Ryder Watson running on the right edge. We've had Henry Hauser running on the right side. It's that right side of that defense that has shown some holes, and it's not only the defensive line, it's a mix between getting burned on the blitz and just not being physical at the point of attack.
It's actually 4th and about a half yard. Watson takes the snap up the middle for Lane. On 4th down, he's in. Touchdown, Point Loma. And they extend their lead to 4 scores.
Number 6, Braden Lane.
Yeah, that was a good run there by Braden Lane, 4th and short, being aggressive. And again, although they've thrown the ball here a few times tonight to Romeo Carter, they love to run the football, and they're making a statement here tonight in Nighthawk Stadium.
It's Lane with his 2nd touchdown. Romeo Carter has 2 receiving touchdowns as well, and they will go for 2. The extra point attempts have been unsuccessful so far. So Watson back to pass, looks left, throws it that way, diving for the goal line, and in is the tight end, Ryan Patterson.
Yeah, that was a great individual effort by Ryan Patterson. That ball was just thrown, in my opinion, just a little late, but still was able to sneak in the end zone.
And a couple flags down.
Looks like an unsportsmanlike conduct is going to be called against Point Loma for an excessive celebration.
Yeah, those flags came in after the play. So Point Loma in control, 36-7 with 2.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Let's see the call.
The unsportsmanlike conduct.
It's against Point Loma.
Point Loma.
So they will have to back that ball up from the 40-yard line to the 25.
Well, this might be an opportunity for a kick return here. We've already seen Grant Goldman, the speedster, break a big one in the first half.
It felt like they were kicking the ball away from Chase Jurgens because he was the known quantity. But then they kicked it to Grant Goldman, and he was able to take one across midfield. And now from the 25, this should be an excellent opportunity for a return for Del Norte. Ryan Cleater to boot.
14, Ryan Cleater, back keeper, senior Nighthawks, and number 11, Grant Goldman.
And they squib it. It's going to roll to the 30, where Goldman's able to scoop it up. Looking to make some magic happen as he gets the edge again. Goldman into Point Loma territory.
Awesome block by Noah Harris, springing Goldman forward around the edge there, but awesome job on special teams, taking advantage. They tried to do the squib kick. It looked like it was going to work at first, but the Nighthawks were able to get around the edge there.
To the 39. And that's where Del Norte takes back over.
And Theo Anderson steps in the game at right guard, number 76 for Del Norte. A sophomore.
Wait, do we have the lead right now?
So Williams takes the snap, slings it out right. And the catch brought in by Faroki and out of bounds after a gain of, they give him 6, make that 5.
And you know what? The Nighthawks are trying to do the exact opposite of what Point Loma is trying to do. They want to do quick passes, get out of bounds, stop the clock, and run as many plays as possible. And do a little hurry-up offense to try to get these pointers out of position.
35-yard line.
So
A little offsides here, encroachment by the pointers.
that'll give Del Norte a first down.
On the pointers.
Jonathan Fennick.
Will be a 5-yard penalty. And that's good for another Nighthawks first down. This first down powered by Posh Pretty.
And let's see how the Nighthawks do on this drive, right? I mean, they're finding their way. And I talked about growing pains, but they have so much young talent on this offense. And if you've been following Nighthawk Nation, you know you've seen some of these guys come up the ranks, and so you know what I'm talking about here. But let's see what they do here on first down.
Williams to the air, over the middle, and incomplete.
Pass intended for number 4, Ryland Battle, is incomplete.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of confusion there, but Caden's got to throw that ball just a little softer, and he's got to throw it sooner. I mean, he had Ryland underneath just a little sooner. He got him underneath pretty quickly, but again, it's just, this is the growing pains I'm talking about, right? I mean, you see the arm talent by Caden Williams. You see the speed by Juergens and Battle and Romans, obviously. You know the pieces are there in place. Detroit Taylor also had a few catches tonight, big target. So just got to get these guys in space, get them in rhythm, and get the ball in their hands.
Rattray in the backfield at running back. It's a pass to Battle. He scoots his way towards the 25.
Tackled and pushed out of bounds by number 44.
Makes it 3rd and 5.
And a great job getting out of bounds there by Battle. And he's a lengthy playmaker, lengthy receiver, a lot of speed. Again, his role is increasing on this offense. He's got a lot of targets here tonight. But they're going to go hurry up here and try to get him off guard.
Down for the Nighthawks.
So 3rd and 5. Williams sets and fires. Got a man. Faroki bounces it outside. Looking for the first down marker. And it appears he has it.
To number 2, Riley Faroki.
And he does.
He had a couple guys open there in the flat, but good job hitting his receiver, Faroki. Great ball. And again, that's that touch pass I'm talking about. When you have a guy sitting in the zone like that, right? When the defense is playing in a zone and the receivers recognize zone, they sit in it. You just got to throw the ball with a nice pace. You don't got to fire it in there. It's a good throw by Wood.
And that's another Nighthawks first down. First down and 10 for your
So
Nighthawks.
first down inside the 20. They're back into the Point Loma red zone. Williams wanted the deep shot, instead dumps it to Romans with a little side-handed flip and able to pick up some yards on first down.
Little Mahomes-esque there, Eli.
Was just about ready to pull it down and then said, oh, there's my running back.
But this drive right now should give Nighthawk faithful hope right now. You can see the potential. You can see the athleticism and the explosiveness.
Now they are trying to get back into the end zone. We have 50 seconds left in the 3rd. Williams on the bootleg to the right. Steps back, takes off, and is tossed out of bounds.
By number 8, Caden Williams.
East SoCal. Another tackle.
Tackled and brought down
And it's
again by number
3rd
44,
and
East
5.
SoCal.
Great job just not forcing the ball into a window that wasn't there.
He gained 2 yards on the play.
And it's 3rd and manageable. This is going to be four down territory. But using this drive as experience. This is valuable golden experience that some of these guys have not received yet.
So a big 3rd down. Trying to get back on the board. Williams takes the snap. End zone. Incomplete. Looking for Faroki and Ryan Cleater. Able to break it up.
I love the play call. I love the decision to go to Faroki one-on-one in that situation. But that ball needs to be thrown to the back pylon, right? You see how he had to fight to come back and get it? And that's just an experience thing, right? I mean, it's a touch thing, an experience. He's got to throw that ball to the back pylon where only his guy can get it and let him jump up and make the play. Looks like they're going to go field goal here.
They're going to try and boot the field goal from 30 yards away. It's Mateo Roscoe. He's been waiting for his number to be called. Goldman, the holder. Snap down, kick up, and with plenty of leg, Orozco gets Del Norte back on the board. It is 36-10 with 33 seconds to go here in the 3rd.
Great snap, great hold, great kick, successful drive. And again, I know the scoreboard says a different story here, but that was a really good drive by the Nighthawks that showed a lot of life, a lot of efficiency. Obviously, there's a few places where they could improve, but when you're looking at the totality of that drive, right, it just, to me, it showed a lot of promise and it showed the talent that these guys have. So this product that you see here tonight will not be the final product that this Nighthawk team puts forward. And you know Coach Barnett and this coaching staff is going to have these guys right, but it's just reps. It's reps in a live game, right? In the NFL, you get preseason games and you get, 5 years of college, right? You get so much experience, and maybe even the UFL and some of these spring leagues, right? So you get that experience. In high school, you only have 40 games, and not all of them are varsity, right? Maybe 1 or 2 seasons are varsity, right? So again,
That's a great point.
yeah. So again, just understand that for these young men.
Roscoe boots it deep. There's no one back there to return, but he puts it in the end zone for a touchback.
For a Pointers touchback.
Great kick by Mateo.
33 seconds left in the third. Point Loma was expecting an onside kick. Instead,
Possibly.
Roscoe said, I'll show off my legs some more.
Well, he's another player that's going to be is getting recruited, I'm sure. So they're going to show off his talent as well.
So here comes Point Loma. Might be the final play of the third quarter. They keep it on the ground. It's still Ryder Watson in the game. He gives to Lane. Churns his way for a couple. They give him 3. And that likely ends the third quarter. Except there is another pointer down. Needing to be stretched out. And they will just let the third quarter come to a close. So 3 quarters in the books. It's Point Loma 36, Del Norte 10. We'll be back for the fourth right after this.
And that's the end of the third quarter with your score here in the nest. Point Loma Pointers 36 and your Del Norte Nighthawks 10. North County Oral and Facial Surgery Center is the oral and facial surgery practice where you'll find a group of dedicated focus experts in dental implants, wisdom teeth removal, and other oral surgery solutions. They provide direction, precision, and surgical solutions focused on your safety, well-being, and overall oral health. Visit them at ncofsc.com and schedule your appointment and get out of pain today. North County Oral and Facial Surgery Center, proud sponsors of Nighthawks football.
Fourth quarter.
For the Pointers to begin the
36 to 10,
play.
Point Loma's lead. They have 2nd and 8 from their own 23. It's another give. Evering escapes the first man, but back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. Alongside Drew Ferris, I'm Eli Kleinman. Home opener, season opener for Del Norte. Trailing by 26.
Well, it's great to be back in the booth here, Eli, and I love being here at Del Norte in Nighthawk Stadium. This is going on my 3rd season.
I'm in year number 2.
In the booth. 2023, Jonathan Rivkin, shout out. 2024, Jonathan and Eli. Now it's
Here we are
me and
in
you, Eli.
2025. Getting the season started. So Watson slings it downfield. It's Romeo Carter in stride. And goodbye.
Pass is complete, number 9.
Just like that, Romeo Carter with a hat trick.
Pointers touchdown.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games, and you could see why he's going to Boise State next fall.
77.
Third receiving touchdown, like you mentioned, and he has had the bulk of their yards through the air.
77-yard touchdown for Romeo for his 3rd touchdown of the night.
And they will go for 2 once again. See the talent, a guy who is named a top 25 player in San Diego County by the Tribune.
You know, and a guy like him in another city, he might be in the top 10. But San Diego has so much talent, and he might be a top 10 player in San Diego, to be honest.
Yeah, he very much might be. Low snap, Watson bobbles it and just lands on it at the 10.
Pointers is no good.
Unsuccessful two-point conversion.
With just over 11
No,
minutes,
you're exactly right. A guy who committed to Boise State in June, talked plenty about that. Had offers from Princeton, San Diego State, Yale. So had options and chose to go to arguably the most successful Group of 5 program in the country over the last 20 years.
Right, in Boise State, I mean, they've built over really almost the last 20 years. They've built their program up, and they've done a great job in the coaching staff over there. And you know, another Boise State Bronco on the Nighthawks sideline is Legadou Nane. He also played there. For those Nighthawks that don't know that, but you know, Boise State's really built up their program. In the playoffs last year, played pretty well against Penn State. So, yeah, they're getting big-time recruits like Romeo Carter to commit there. So, hats off to the Boise Broncos, and they're getting a good one.
Maybe the most impressive part is it hasn't been a singular coach. It has just been different coaching staffs, same success up in Boise. Started with Chris Peterson, but still rolling. Del Norte to return. This time it's Jurgens. Looks for a crease. Barrels into a couple of pointers to the 23.
The ball caught at the 3-yard line by number 1, Chase Jurgens.
And offensively for the Nighthawks here, like I said last drive, it's just about getting reps, getting in time, and getting in rhythm, getting Caden Williams the confidence and the command of this offense, right? We all know they've got talent, as we saw in the last drive, flashes of it. Just putting it together, play after play, always getting positive yardage, and it will lead to positive outcomes here for the Nighthawks.
Absolutely. And look, I mean, there's never a game you don't want to win. I'm trying to win every game. But it's important to try and use these games to get ready for league play, especially with this young roster.
Absolutely.
For Del Norte. The offense back out there. Play action. Williams in trouble. Steps up, avoids the tackle. Fires downfield. It is. They still have made no signal.
That was a great job by Caden Williams, moving in the pocket.
Riley Faroki brought it in. The question is, inbounds? And they say yes.
Great pitch and catch from Caden Williams to Riley Faroki. And, you know, and again, not that I have a crystal ball, but I was just talking about the talent and the ability and the capability of this offense. And just needing reps, right?
We have seen flashes tonight.
We have seen flashes. We absolutely have seen flashes. Maddox Romans, Faroki on that last catch. Ryland Battle with a nice catch last drive.
Jurgens has done some things on offense as they throw it quickly that time.
Pass is complete.
It was
To number 14,
Alex Rubio. First time his name has been called.
Alex
On
Rubio,
the tackle, 4-point Loma with
great
number 20,
catch there,
Ian Case.
moving the chains.
Another one of these juniors.
8 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 2 yards to go.
But it just becomes a question of consistency for this offense. Williams, again, gets it out quickly. Detroit Taylor.
Pass is complete to number 18, Detroit
And
Taylor.
good. You see how the receivers and the quarterback are recognizing the coverage and knowing when to break off the route, right? And that recognition is going to be crucial for their development as an offense.
They move the chains further into Point Loma territory. Williams in trouble, steps up, slings it, and avoids a pick, and then a late hit.
Penalty flag on the play.
A flag, and Caden Williams is still on the ground.
Yeah, he took a shot there late. And he's grabbing at his left knee. I really hope it's nothing serious, but I'm not sure what the penalty is. But again, Caden's looking for a receiver to throw the ball to.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
The receivers'
On the pointers.
options, their heads weren't turned around soon enough. And that's just, I'm talking about rhythm and timing of the offense and understanding, you know, if they're bringing pressure, and not just for the quarterback to recognize that, but the receivers need to recognize that too, right? And the quarterback needs to tell and make the call, but to the receivers. But, you know, that play right there, Eli, you could just see that they were just a little off on their communication.
Yeah, and the great news is that Caden Williams is back on his feet.
He might have to come out for
He
a play.
does have to come out for at least a play. He was walking towards the huddle, though, which is maybe the best sign.
It is. And he's walking off on his own power. He just took a stinger there. So
Oh, the super utility man, Grant Goldman.
Goldman, I had a lot of fun watching him on JV last
On the
year.
play.
Really good football player.
Going to
That's
be
the Nighthawks first down.
going to be the quarterback. Caden Williams will just wait to come back in. Didn't even head to the training table. Goldman in, 1st and 10, into Point Loma red zone for the 3rd time. Goldman has the snap. He's going to throw. He's looking for the end zone. Touchdown! What a flag!
This one's definitely coming back. That was a pretty clear push-off by Ryland Battle, but it's going to be offensive pass interference.
Yeah, that shove was...
Yeah, it's pretty ferocious. I like the tenacity. I like the aggressiveness. But again, and it comes back to experience and getting reps, right? This game is going to be a huge, pivotal learning point for them this season. Learning how to battle adversity, learning how to play when they're down, learning how to get in sync on offense, learning how to, you know, be in the right gaps on defense. I mean, these are the things that you really learn a lot of the times with experience, and coaching, I don't want to say can only take you so far, but it's just when you're under the lights and you're playing in a faster paced game and you're playing against guys that are, you know, 16, 17, even 18 years old, some of them even 19 if they're doing holdbacks. I don't know. But again, these young guys are just getting valuable reps and experience right now on both sides of the ball.
Goldman remains in at quarterback. He's going to throw again. Instead, takes off and scrambles. Has room to work. Past the 15, lowers his shoulder.
Ball carrier number 11, Grant Goldman.
Grant Goldman showing off his wheels, making a good decision, just taking off.
Chase Thomas.
Pointers had those routes pretty well defended.
So here comes Caden Williams back into the game. Doesn't look like he's running perfectly, but
he looks
a little hobble potentially.
He looks okay out there. We'll see.
Hanging in there.
2nd and 7 for the Nighthawks.
2nd and 7. Williams scans the Point Loma defense. It's a screen. It's to Rubio. Brings it to the 10.
Number 14, Alex Rubio.
And it's 3rd and 2.
And the Pointers, they did a little rotation with their safeties, right? They brought the corners down and put their safeties back, doing a little Tampa two high safeties. Good job recognizing that, getting the ball out in the flat.
And 3 yards to go. 4 down Norte.
3rd and 3 from the 11. They have to have the 8. Williams looks left, throws left, got his man down to the 1. Riley Faroki on another grab.
Great job by Caden Williams. He understood that they were bringing pressure. They brought 6 or 7 guys there. Outside linebacker blitz, so he threw the ball where he knew he was having man coverage. Not only did he throw the ball in man coverage, but he threw the ball where only Faroki could get it. And a great catch by Faroki as well, fading away to move the chains.
First down and goal.
Faroki had 4 receiving touchdowns a year ago on 19 receptions. Came close to one there. First and goal from the 3-yard line. Back to Faroki through the air. That's his first in 2025. A touchdown for Del Norte.
I love that play call. It's a fake handoff up the middle, thinking that, oh, you're only a few yards away, you're going to run up the middle. Caden Williams recognizes that they bid on it, pulls it, throws the slant route for the touchdown. And he understands when he's hot. Eli, when you're hot, it means you're under pressure, you got to get the ball out quickly. In those last 2 plays, you can see really grasping and understanding of the offense.
Before was going to be a PAT, Del Norte calls a timeout. Wonder if they weren't set up right, or thinking about going for 2.
They're going to go for 2.
You see, hard to see, but Hudson Calais are racing over, and they are going for 2. Well, actually,
they're going to kick it.
They're going to have Orozco kick the extra point.
But what a great offensive drive, right? And maybe I'm not making this as clear as possible, but what on those last 2 plays, recognizing the blitz, throwing the ball, replacing the blitz with the ball, recognizing he's in where man coverage is, and letting Faroki win one-on-one. I mean, that is understanding and grasping the concepts on offense.
And it was their first drive with really a big play through the air, that deep ball to Faroki. And then the first down on 4th down to Faroki, and then the touchdown.
Right. So again, this is just settling into the game on offense. Caden Williams finding his way. We saw it on the previous drive as well when they had a field goal on the previous drive, right? Hitting Ryland Battle in the flat, hitting Jurgens out in space in the zone, right? He's settling into this game. They're doing a better job protecting him. So you can, like I said, you can see the flashes. And once this offense starts firing and clicking on all cylinders, this team is going to be really tough to stop on offense. And, you know, these guys I know they've been working hard in the offseason, but it's all about getting reps in Friday Night Lights against varsity competition, against different looks and disguises.
The lights do not shine as bright on Monday and Tuesday as they do on Friday.
Right. But again, it's a reps thing. This is like the 1,000th time I've said it, but I just want all you Nighthawk faithful out there who are listening to this to just be patient with this ball club, be patient with this coaching staff. They're in great hands, and we saw in the last 2 drives we came out with points, right? So it's just a young football team growing and getting better with each play that they play here tonight.
This time they will go for the onside kick. Orozco give it a shot, but Ryan Patterson picks it out of the air.
At the 49-yard line, number 3, Ryan Patterson.
And at midfield, Point Loma takes back over.
For the Pointers. Ball on the 49-yard line.
I wonder who we're going to see here at quarterback for the Pointers here, Eli.
I wonder if they give Hauser another go. Seen a lot of Ryder Watson, the majority so far today.
And I got to give credit to these fans here at Nighthawk Stadium. I mean, we still have a packed house. The student section is still alive here. Hats off to these fans.
It is Hauser in the game. He gives it to Evering, who tries to get around the edge and picks up a yard to midfield. And student section, still got people here. Del Norte showed up for the home opener, showed out. 7.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, we're going to see we're going to see a lot of run plays here for the Pointers, trying to, wind down this game. But, and defensively, just got to be stronger at the point of attack, get pressure on the quarterback, and play better on the back end.
It is Henry Hauser in the game at QB for Point Loma. He's throwing on second down, has a first down and more. Off to the races.
Pass is complete to number 14,
Goes Cleater.
The kicker. Getting some action.
Seen him make a play at corner, and now a big reception.
And that's got to frustrate Coach Barnett because he's big on tackling. And when you have a missed tackle like that, leads to extra yardage, it's frustrating. But again, you have a lot of guys also playing both ways too, which is really tough. A few years ago when I first started covering the Nighthawks, we didn't have that many guys playing both ways, right? We were a really deep roster, a lot of seniors. So just kind of thin on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, and it does wear down as the game goes on. Hauser back to pass again. Thinks about running and dumps it incomplete.
Yeah, and again, it's a theme of the night. We just haven't had the pass rush and the pressure on the quarterback, right? I mean, that's a big thing that they're going to have to figure out is getting pressure without blitzing, That's going to be a really big factor for these Nighthawks moving forward. But, really gold star effort for a lot of these guys here tonight, although it looks like they're going to be coming up short.
6 minutes, 46 seconds to go. Hauser from the gun. On 2nd and 10. Keeps it himself, runs towards the outside, lowers his shoulder,
Quarterback keep by number 10.
and knocked out of bounds.
Tough run by Hauser there.
Nighthawks, number 3, Caden Tomlinson.
And these boys came to play here tonight. I mean, they're not stopping here, obviously, with just over 6 minutes left to go. And
Third down. 5 yards to
see
go.
if we can get a stop here.
4-point Loma.
Let's build some momentum.
They stop the clock at 6:16. Third down. Both these coaches aggressive. Keeping the offenses at full throttle. Hauser, low snap, gets the throw off, and incomplete.
Pass intended for number 14.
Great job by Ryland Battle breaking that ball up. And again, he's another one of those young football players that I've been talking about, and he's a two-way player, right? He's playing receiver and corner, right? So in the past, like I said, you really haven't had too many guys having to play both ways. So it's going to be a challenge here for these Nighthawks, but I think they can do it.
So 4th and 5. And the offense stays on the field for Point Loma. Hauser to throw it, steps up, out of one tackle, looks for the first down, and comes up short. And Del Norte with a 4th down stop, a turnover on downs.
Great job on the bend but don't break for the Nighthawks. And, when you look at this game in totality, and you look at the scoreboard and you think, wow, 42-17, it doesn't look very good. But when you look at this game through a vacuum and you see the last few drives, the last 3 drives collectively for the Nighthawks, 2 on offense, 1 on defense, they've done a really good job.
Played well. The offense will get another crack at points. Looks like we need a football.
Yep, can't play without one of those. But they're looking for his quarterback ball.
because it is Grant Goldman jogging out there.
Oh, that's right.
Winning the game now for the Nighthawks at quarterback is number
6
11,
minutes to
Grant
go.
Goldman.
Del Norte down. Goldman on first down. Throws and complete.
Pass is complete to number 0, Cruz Barnett.
Cruz Barnett on the reception.
In on the tackle by number
Rips off
33,
more than half the chase.
AJ Fowler.
Nice little quick game there.
A gain of 5
When I
yards
say
on the
quick
pass
game,
play.
it means just
It'll be
getting
second
the
down
ball
and
out
5
quickly
for
to your
the
receiver,
Nighthawks.
trying to get some yards after catch.
That's a big one, especially late in this game. Goldman remains in at the signal caller position. And he gives it to Romans, who's met immediately. And a loss of a yard. Makes
Tackle
it
by number 7,
3rd and 5.
Braden Bartucci.
It was Bartucci again.
No gain on the play.
Bartucci's having a great night tonight for the Pointers on defense. He's been very disruptive, really good athlete.
Ball on their own 22-yard line.
He has made plays just about everywhere. So 3rd and 5. Goldman steps up, uses his legs, gets
Quarterback keep by number 11,
close
Grant
to the
Goldman.
marker and picks it up to the 30.
Tackle by number
Bartucci there
44,
screaming
Ace
off the edge, and
Selkow.
Goldman recognized it and just took off. And it's a great job using his legs to get the first down. And Goldman, he's a really good football player. I mean, like I said, I watched him on JV last year. He made a lot of really good plays last season, and saw him on kick return here tonight. I mean, he's a good football player.
Swiss Army knife right now for this Del Norte team, as Maddox Romans gets the carry up the gut, right back to the line of scrimmage.
Tackle that brought down by number 50, Jack Laporte.
This will be, obviously late in the game's pretty out of reach at this point, but, and I've talked about it before, but this is just ending the game on a high note, right? This is establishing some identity on offense, getting these guys, confident moving into next week.
Goldman slings it to the outside. It's Rubio again. Seen some action here in the second half, and he gets close to the first down marker with 3:20 to go.
Great catch by Alex Rubio.
Pass is complete to number 14, Alex Rubio.
He works hard in practice, man. He's another guy that I've seen. He just one of those guys that does everything right, always shows up, always gives great effort. Love seeing those guys make plays.
Another one of those guys who's earned playing time here on opening night. 3rd and about 3. Dumps it out for Trey. A helmet comes off and a flag flies.
Pass is complete.
That
Number 25,
is
Chase
a
Rattray.
textbook face mask, as Rattray
Tackle by number 44, Ace Selkow.
will come up short of the chains, but the face mask will give Del Norte a first down.
Yeah, Chase Rattray got his helmet swung off. I think that was incidental, but it's still a penalty. But Chase Rattray is another guy. We haven't really called his name tonight. He's a sophomore playing varsity. Really good athlete, really good football player. He played on JV last year, right? And again, it's just, this is a transition period for the Nighthawks, right? You have young guys who maybe were on varsity last year that didn't get a lot of playing time on varsity. Their roles are increasing. You have guys like Maddox Romans playing running back. He's adjusting to that. He did fairly well tonight. And another guy, Chase Rattray, looking to get more experience as well.
1st and 10 from the Point Loma 47. Goldman back to pass. He steps up. He wants a deep ball. Incomplete. Battle had it in his arms, but couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, just couldn't quite connect there. And I think the defender got there at the last minute as well and kind of shook him up. But, he's, again, another guy, a lot of talent. He's getting a lot more reps than he's used to, but he's one of those guys he's gonna learn and grow throughout the season. He's got a really high ceiling. Look for him to also, get some more opportunities as this season goes on.
2nd and 10 from the 47. Goldman, quick throw. Great grab in traffic and a flag tossed in.
Alex Rubio again with the catch.
And a face mask.
He's a chain mover. He reminds me of a young Ashton Tomlinson a little bit. Not quite the same receiver, but again, a guy who played a lot in the slot for the Nighthawks a few years ago and had a really, really successful high school career. But Rubio, he's working in the middle right now. He's moving the chains and kind of reminds me of Ashton Tomlinson.
It's a good comparison. It's made an impact here in the second half. 2 minutes left. Del Norte nearing the red zone. It's a QB draw. Great speed for Goldman. Once the edge, he gets to the 21.
By number 11, Grant Goldman.
Yeah, when you go empty like that,
Tackled by
the
number
defense
24,
understands that you don't have
Colton Fannin.
a running back there to pick up the blitz. So they brought the pressure, and a good job by Goldman just getting something out of nothing.
Under 90 seconds left. Really nice drive to finish things off for Del Norte. Showed the ability to move the ball here late in the ball game. Goldman, throw an end zone, up for grabs. It's for Roki again. How did he bring that in? Another touchdown for Del Norte.
Great touchdown grab by Riley Faroki. And Grant Goldman, he put it up there in a perfect spot, and the ball floated right down in the breadbasket. Love to see that. And again, another drive ending in points for the Nighthawks, right? Fourth drive in a row ending in points with a couple touchdowns and a field goal. They're going for the extra point here, so good sign of life here for the Nighthawks.
And Faroki has made a couple of really nice grabs for touchdowns. Mentioned he had 4 touchdowns a year ago. How about 2 on opening night? As Mateo Orozco.
Good snap, good hold, good kick.
As consistent as ever.
That's right. So, some really good play by the receivers. Alex Rubio moving the chains a bit. Faroki making some catches. Grant Goldman leading a touchdown drive late here in the 4th quarter. So, I know this is not the outcome that we had hoped and desired for opening night if you're a Nighthawk faithful. But again, look at this game in a vacuum. Understand the youth of this football team, the inexperience of this football team, and also recognize the signs of life that we've seen here offensively for the Nighthawks. So there is a glimmer of hope here tonight, a glimmer of positivity for this team. So again, there's a lot of growth that needs to happen, a lot of learning that needs to be done. But I have a lot of faith in this coaching staff and Coach Barnett to get these boys going the rest of the fall.
Have done a nice job. Even in a game like this, you do want to see improvements.
Yes, you want to see
goes
exactly.
on.
Yeah, as the game goes on, right?
And that's what Del Norte has done.
And then there's also a really young offensive line that I didn't touch on too much too. But we have a really young offensive line as well. So
it's a team that has St. Augustine next week, Costa Canyon the week after, and Del Norte came close to recovering the onside kick. They actually did.
They did, but
The
the ball did
problem
not
is the
go
ball
10
never
yards.
went 10 yards.
It did not go 10 yards. So the ball was kicked from the 40. Really good onside kick, just the ball didn't bounce.
Took a nice bounce.
Yeah, it did take a nice bounce. It just didn't go 10 yards. But
They're chatting about it, but I mean, I don't see any world where they went 10 yards and our referee crew said Point Loma football. again, it's another season where Del Norte has tested itself in the non-league games.
Again, this type of competition does make you better. It also, you realize where you're at as a club, right? I mean, it's not how you start the season, but it's how you finish the season. And the Pointers are going to kneel this one out. But again, the Nighthawks, they have their work cut out for them. I hope they leave this game with their heads held high. But a lot to learn from this football game and a lot of experience that really is going to help this team in the long run.
Yeah, under a minute to go. I mean, and the schedule is tough. Point Loma, top 15 team. St. Augustine next week in there as well, according to Maps Prep. So is Poway and El Camino. Carlsbad and La Costa Canyon.
Yeah, a lot of tough football.
It's not an easy schedule.
It's not an easy schedule. A lot of tough football teams that they're going to play, but
this Del Norte team has fight and the ability to compete.
Absolutely. They have a lot of fight. They've got a lot of tough football players. They got a lot of young talent.
A lot of talent.
It's a lot of young talent, and we saw flashes of it in these last 4 drives. So, not the outcome that we wanted to see if you're Nighthawk faithful, but a lot of positive that I saw out of those last drives.
Without a doubt, Nighthawks will be at St. Augustine next week. Back home, September 26th against Chula Vista before league play starts against Rancho Bernardo the week after. It's 42-24, the final score. Point Loma takes down Del Norte here in week 1. For our entire crew at Nest TV, along with Drew Ferris, I'm Eli Kleiman. Thanks for tuning in. We say good night. It's Point Loma 42, Del Norte 24 on opening night.
behalf of Del Norte High School, their faculty and staff, we ask that you please make your way safely to the exit of the stadium. Del Norte High School officials, along with the San Diego Police Department, ask that you please remember to buckle up and exercise safe driving on your way home. Thank you for attending tonight's game, and be sure to check the area around you for any personal belongings prior to leaving the stadium. Please be sure to pick up all your trash around you and use the receptacles located on school property. Join us again right here at the Nest on Friday, September 26th for Military and First Responders Appreciation Night. as your Del Norte Nighthawks take on the visiting Chula Vista Spartans. Wear your red, white, and blue as we honor our past and present veterans, active duty service members, and first responders for one of the largest and most exciting events of the season. Pregame ceremonies start at 6 p.m. with kickoff at 7 p.m. Be sure to ranch. And be sure to stop by Baskin Robbins on your way home from first green. Baskin Robbins is giving back 25% of all sales to Nighthawks football tonight only. Just mention Del Norte football. For all of us here at Del Norte High School, we'll see you on Friday, September 26th.